Iowa head coach Hayden Fry is the dean of Big Ten coaches. His Hawkeyes feature the twin running tandem of 255-pound power back Nick Bell and the darting cutback moves of Tony Stewart. The Hawkeyes are running the ball with authority this season. Always a challenge on the road to Pasadena are the Michigan Wolverines. This field goal in 1985 beat Michigan and clinched a Rose Bowl berth for Iowa, their second under Fry. For 20 years, Bo Schembechler marshaled Michigan to 13 Big Ten titles and 194 victories. Now the torch has been passed to his assistant, Gary Moeller, whose brief tenure has seen the high of a #1 national ranking in the depths of this controversial loss to cross-state rival Michigan State, all in the span of a week. As the Wolverines look to rebound from last week's disappointment, they look to the nation's leading rusher, number 25, John Vaughn. Today, it's Iowa and Michigan on ESPN. Better than 100,000 on hand to see their beloved Wolverines battle the Iowa Hawkeyes in Big Ten football this afternoon. Underscoring the importance of this game, the standings, Iowa in a logjam atop the Big Ten Conference. Michigan, with that loss to Michigan State, is one game behind. Hi, everybody. I'm Wayne Larrabee with Ben Bennett. You know, Ben, you could argue that Michigan is one play against Notre Dame and one two-point conversion against Michigan State of being undefeated and #1 of the nation.
Well, the play you're talking about against Michigan State was a failed two-point conversion with 6 seconds left. Very controversial because Desmond Howard was obviously interfered with. There was no call. He didn't make the catch. They lost the game by 1 point. The big question a lot of people have is, how will that affect their preparation for this Iowa Hawkeye team?
We talked with Michigan head coach Gary Moeller about the effect that game had on his team, and no question, it's had a profound effect.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It does. The big thing is we're 3-2. That's the sad part. And we think we're a better football team than that, but we got to prove it each and every week. Defensively, we've been banged up a little bit, but as I tell the players, there are no excuses. You got to get the job done, and we want to improve our defense some and make sure that our offense, every time they get a scoring opportunity, they take advantage of it.
Well, as Coach Moeller has said, injuries have riddled his defense, but offensively, Ben, they've got that big offensive line, the nation's leading rusher, and a tall trigger man back of center.
Well, the tall trigger man, Elvis Grbac, probably the best name in all of college football right now. Last year ranked 13th nationally in passing efficiency. This year, as a full-time starter, has done an outstanding job. He'll be asked to carry a big part of the offensive load today.
You know, Hayden Fry's had great quarterbacks in his tenure at Iowa, but the headline grabbers this season are two senior running backs.
Well, easily and arguably the best tandem 1-2 punch in the Big Ten and probably in the country. Nick Bell and Tony Stewart. Nick Bell at 6'5", 255 pounds is the bruiser, but he also has the speed to run away from you. Stewart is the slasher. He makes you miss. Both of them can hurt you. These two guys have carried the ball very effectively this year, and they've helped this defense stay off the field.
Speaking of defense, you'll see the inside linebackers make a lot of tackles today.
The defensive linemen for Iowa have been asked to keep people off of their linebackers. That's so people like Melvin Foster can make all the tackles. 7th on the Hawkeye career tackle list. This is a challenge he gladly accepts.
All right, Michigan and Iowa just about set to go. There's a bit of a stalemate in the tunnel. Michigan is waiting for Iowa to come out. Iowa waiting for Michigan to come out. And it looks like the Wolverines are going to be the first to head onto the field here at Michigan Stadium. As I mentioned a week ago, they came out of the field as #1 in the nation. And here are the Wolverines at 3-2. ESPN's Big Ten College Football is brought to you by Pizza Hut, home of pan pizza that's winning the hearts of America. Pizza Hut, making it great. By Showtime, Showtime exclusives. Here you see them, there you don't. And by Truck Guard from Shell. Think any oil will take care of your truck? Think again.
Pizza Hut presents the $4 pizza deal.
We get one pizza.
Regular price.
The 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a Supreme?
Regular price.
And a pepperoni lovers?
$4.
How about 3 sausage pizzas?
Regular price, $4, $4.
5 Super Supremes.
Regular price, $4, $4, $4, $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about a meat lovers, 2 pepperoni lovers, a Ferrari, and a sausage pizza?
Regular price, $4, $4. $145,580. $4.
Whoa, she's good.
If you want to see the movie Look Who's Talking, you can see it on both Showtime and HBO. But if you want to see Dead Poets Society, only Showtime has it. HBO doesn't. Showtime also has Lockup, Sex, Lies, and Videotape. HBO doesn't. And only Showtime has Psycho 4: The Beginning, an original Showtime movie. Showtime exclusives. Here you see them, there you don't.
Here's something for all you truck drivers to think about. There's an oil made special for trucks. An oil with the Shell brand. Oil that protects engines when they rev their highest and work their hardest. Think any oil will take care of your truck? Think again. Truck Guard from Shell.
As a kid in business, I learned the meaning of a buck 1 penny at a time. Hey, it was my money, and it still is. Thrifty. So when I need wheels on business today, I go to Thrifty. At Thrifty Car Rental on Chrysler 5th Avenue, safety equipped with an airbag is just $39.95 a day. Who says you can't mix business with pleasure? It's the only way to go.
Thrifty, because it's your money.
Ritual of homecoming here in Ann Arbor, the annual car bash taking place. Fun on the college campus. You can get away with anything up here, huh? Iowa and Michigan. Hawkeyes 22nd ranked to the nation. Wolverines number 10. We've got a gorgeous day for college football. Temperature 60 degrees, sunny skies. Michigan's won 22 in a row at homecoming, and here's the series. 3 of the 7 Iowa wins in this series have been in the 1980s under Hayden Fry. There's Coach Fry in his 12th year at Iowa, 29th overall. What an outstanding program he has built in Iowa City. Danon Hughes is back deep to receive this kickoff. Carlson with the approach, and we're underway. Hughes back deep along with Jeff Antella, and the ball hits into the end zone, and it'll be first down for Iowa. Antella may have lost it in the sun. Ben Bennett looking up into the sun that time,
trying to shield his eyes. You can see that on the kick.
Matt Rodgers, who is the son of former Boston Celtics head coach Jimmy Rodgers. Jimmy was a 2-time Iowa MVP in basketball. Matt Rodgers gets the start at quarterback. He struggled a bit thus far this season. We talked about the twin running backs. Kuyava's the fullback, Nick Bell, and later on you'll see Tony Stewart in the offensive backfield. Hughes and Smith at wide receiver, pretty decent speed. Titley has good athletic ability to get to the seam of the defense. Devlin up front comes from a line of Iowa centers. Agutter and Belliser. Belliser's a new starter this year. Davis and Baxley are at the tackle spots. First down for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Titley in motion. Nick Bell picking his way. He is 255 pounds. Simpson made the stop on the play. Take a look at the Michigan defense. T.J. Osmond gets the start up front of the nose guard position. Mike Evans and Chris Hutchinson, not sure how much Hutchinson will play. He's had a back problem. Dobrev and Anderson started inside linebackers. Davis and Simpson are outside. They have struggled a bit thus far this season. Dotton and Key as well have not played the way they would like. Welburn and Murray are well-decorated safeties, especially Welburn. He's an All-America. Second down. 2nd and 7. Bell gets the call again. Bell met in the hole. He went nowhere. Davis and Bone on the tackle.
And anytime you see a linebacker come up and stuff Nick Bell at 6'5", 255 pounds, you're talking about an act right there. They really got to work hard to put that boy in his tracks.
Hutchinson apparently unable to make the starting lineup here in this ball game. They're hopeful they'll get a couple of plays out of him. He has a back injury, not unlike back spasms, but it's a little more serious than that. And it's a type of condition that players on a 3rd down and about 7. Rodgers had lots of time. Gets by Osmond. Tripped up from behind by Simpson. Make that Rakowski on the stop. 4th down for the Hawkeyes and the Michigan defense that has struggled this season for the most part in comparison to other Michigan defenses. Heads off the field, 1, 2, 3 and out. Dropping back deep, Trip Welburn averaging 11.8 yards per return. Jim Hyzak on in punt formation for Iowa. Good leverage in distance. Welburn from the 29. Made a good move to get by a defender at the 30. He's out to almost the 35-yard line. Haley made the stop on the play for Iowa. About a 5-yard return off a 48-yard punt. Sears diehard starting lineup. For the Michigan offense, Elvis Grbac, tallest quarterback ever to play at Michigan. Bunch of good blocking fullback. Vaughn leads the nation in rushing. Alexander and Howard are 2 fleet sophomores at wide receiver. Diebold, a solid tight end. Now the big offensive line. Elliott has moved over from guard to center to take the place of the injured Steve Everett. Dingman and Kokozo at the guards. Doring and Strepanek are dominant at the tackle positions. Gary Moeller, in his first year at Michigan, his 4th year as a head coach. He was at Illinois for 3 years as head coach. First down for Michigan, just short of the 35. John Vaughn. Made the hit from behind, a gain of about 6 yards out to the 40-yard line. John Vaughn, look at that, 60% of Michigan's rushing yardage thus far this season.
And if you can believe it, he started last season as a defensive back and switched halfway through. Pretty shrewd move, I would have to say.
2nd down and 4. Elvis Grbac. Vaughn again. Got a sliver of an opening into the clear. Into Iowa territory to the 47-yard line. Merton Hanks made the tackle downfield. 13-yard gain.
One of the things that's extremely impressive about John Vaughn, not only his power, but watch how he utilizes his blockers downfield. You see him make the cut to the outside, the quick stiff arm. He's trying to use his wide receivers, let his linemen come downfield, anybody he can to get out in front of him. He uses them very, very well.
46-yard line of Iowa, Michigan on the attack. Vaughn, a sophomore from Florissant, Missouri. Receivers form a slot to the top of your screen. Grbac off play action. Oh man, Derek Alexander took quite a pop from Merton Hanks. Inside the 45 near the 43-yard line, gain of about 4 yards. The Iowa defense, Rod Davis gets the start up front, a tough nose tackle. Rulin and Johnson. Johnson an preseason All-America. Santos and Smith. Smith is the guy they'll drop back in coverage. Derby and Foster, the 2 leading tacklers. Hanks and Polly. Hanks is all Big Ten. You saw him make the hit a moment ago. And the safeties are efficient. Wise and Book. 2nd down, about 6. Slipped a bit as he made his cutback move, and Johnson takes him down. May have lost a yard. Back to the 44, and Michigan faces a 3rd down coming up. Leroy Smith was also there. Hayden Fry's team off to a 4-1-1 start. They were 5-6 a year ago, Ben, and had a streak of what, about 9 straight years in bowl games snapped with that season?
Well, we had a chance to cover them against Ohio State last year where they were shut out. They really just did not look like a good football team. But this year, they've got a lot more experience, and it's really, really paying off.
Third down for Grbac and company. Smith pressuring the quarterback. Good roll by Grbac, and Van Dyne is close to the first down. He may be just short near the 37-yard line. Wise made the stop on the play. There's a penalty marker down to the near side.
Van Dyne, I believe, is going to come up just a little bit short.
Penalty marker down, as I mentioned. That little thing on the end of it, Ben, does that hurt when they hit you with that?
It hurts when they pull it out of their pocket.
Defense, offside.
Tom Quinn, the referee, motions defense offsides.
Early in the game, interesting decision. And this is why head coaches get paid millions of dollars to make these decisions. If you take the penalty, now you've got 3rd and 3. If you decline the penalty, you've got 4th and about 6 inches. But you have to figure with John Vaughn in your backfield and an offensive line the size of Michigan's, they figure they can pick up 4 or 5 inches.
Well, Doring, Dingman, Elliott, Kokozo, and Skripanek left to right across that front line. They are about 290-plus pounds on average. And that's how much they have to go to the first down. Yeah, I would think that load of beef could get it done.
Well, and at 6'5", Elvis Grbac could fall forward and pick it up by 3 yards.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a real pleasure to talk to him in the locker room yesterday before they went into their meetings. He's just a real down-to-earth kid. Seems like he's really happy to be here. Although I did sense that he was still a little stunned and a little bewildered by the controversial call that we spoke of in the opening last week against Michigan State.
It's going to be 4th down. Michigan will go for the inches rather than yards on 3rd down. And so they'll go 4th down, maybe 3 inches instead of 3rd down, and maybe 3 yards. Well, just outside the Iowa 35.
Any one of the 3 backs that they choose to run the ball, Bunch, Vaughn, or if Grbac takes it himself, they're all running behind the same offensive line. So any one of the 3 of them has a pretty solid shot at picking up 4 inches.
Hawkeyes have played the run exceptionally well, but Michigan is one of the nation's leading ground gaining teams. 4th down and inches.
The only real worry Michigan has right here is a missed blocking assignment or a bad center to quarterback exchange.
Jared Bunch gets more than a few inches. He got a couple of yards down to the 35-yard line. Jim Johnson made the stop. Johnson, preseason All-America, but because of the Iowa scheme up front, he's not getting the kind of stats he had a year ago.
Look at the offensive line surge, and then look at the knockout blow by Gerard Bunch. That's a shot right there. We won't call Bunch's name a whole bunch today for running the football, but we will call it for blocking for John Vaughn. He'll be one of the unsung heroes as he knocks people out, just like he did right there, opening up holes for Vaughn.
First down for Michigan at the 35 of Iowa. Alexander in motion. Bunch makes a spin move, and then is covered up on the play. I believe Foster grabbed his shirt and wouldn't let go. Ruland and Smith were also there on the stop. Johnson in the middle of the fray as well.
The team captain also has 34 tackles for a loss in his career. Never gives up. Hangs on to the foot, the shirt, anything you can hang on to, grab and squeeze.
Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7 coming up for the Wolverines. Grbac, a sophomore from Willoughby Hills, Ohio. Eddie Leggett in motion. Desmond Howard in the flat with some blocking. Leroy Smith made the stop short of the first down, but inside the Iowa 30-yard line near the 27. Desmond Howard has had an outstanding season thus far and had a big game last week.
275 all-purpose yards, including a 95-yard touchdown return on a kick. That was only the 6th kickoff return for a touchdown in Michigan history.
Howard comes to the sidelines. Yale Van Dyne heads into the lineup. There's Desmond Howard. Had an opportunity to visit with him. Third down for Michigan. About 2 yards to go. Taken out of bounds by Merton Hanks. It is a first down, Michigan, of the 19 of Iowa. So the Vaughn Express continues to roll. He's averaging 166 yards a game, rushing to lead the nation. Averaging 7.1 yards per carry, and that would set a Michigan record if he's able to keep it at that level or thereabouts.
And the amazing thing about it is when you look back at a couple of his early games, he ran for 201 yards against Notre Dame. That's not a patsy defense. That's not Division I AA. That's a former national champion and a very, very powerful football team.
First down, Michigan, just inside the Iowa 19. Made by the tight end Diebold. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards inside the 15. John Derby, the inside linebacker, had the coverage.
One of the advantages of being 6'5" at the quarterback spot, you can see over this mammoth line that you have in front of him. Diebold gets down, turns away from the closest linebacker, and gives himself some separation. Very headsy play by Diebold.
Desmond Howard coming to the near side. At wide receiver, it is second down for Michigan. Motion from wide receiver Yale Van Dyne. Vaughn running hard down to the 10-yard line. He's about 1.5 yards short of that first down. Rulin made the stop on the defensive line. Talked about Jim Johnson and, of course, Matt Rulin. They had better stats, Ben, in terms of number of tackles and tackles for losses last year, but the emphasis, and you mentioned it a little bit in the open, has changed for Iowa. They want those down linemen to tie up blockers and allow the linebackers to flow to the football. And in case in point being, the 2 leading tacklers for Iowa are their inside linebackers, Foster and Derby.
Very similar to what Michigan State did with Percy Snow in the 4-3 stunt defense. The defense was designed for him to make the tackles, and he had a bunch of them.
Wishbone look in the backfield behind Grbac. Bernie Leggett slipped and fell back at the 11-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage, no farther. That slip on the Michigan turf may force a field goal opportunity here. Gary Moeller has sent his field goal unit onto the field. J.D. Carlson, a junior from Tallahassee, Florida. He's not had a great season. This will be about a 28-yard field goal attempt inside the 30. He's 2 of 3 this year, 5 of 6 in his career. Blocked on the play. Blocked by Merton Hanks, I believe. Hanks coming in from the near side, blocked it cleanly. And the Hawkeyes have absorbed the initial Michigan offensive burst of the afternoon and held the Wolverines off the board.
There's also a bobble on the snap here. You can see the ball didn't get down quick enough, and because of the angle that Michigan was forced to kick that football towards the uprights, Hanks has the better angle to come in and block it. Look at him leave his feet and get his hands on it. This guy is a kick block specialist, and he is the emotional leader of this Iowa Hawkeye defense.
7th kick block of his career, setting an Iowa record.
Only Sears Brand Central has all the name brand electronics you want, like this LXI 2-Lux camcorder. Includes light attachment and telephoto lens. Only $799.95 at Sears Brand Central nationwide.
In the realm of expensive motor cars, no amount of leather, wood, or paint, no matter how refined, no matter how polished, can distinguish one from another. In the end, what matters is the car beneath the luxury. And never before has anyone built a car that performs quite like the BMW 7 Series. Not even BMW.
There are those who thirst for something different. Something beyond the ordinary. For them, there is a beer that refreshes like no other. Michelob Dry. Once you've experienced its bold taste with no aftertaste, there's no going back.
Only Sears Brand Central has all the name brand electronics you want, like this LXI 2-Lux camcorder. Includes light attachment and telephoto lens. Only $799.95 at Sears Brand Central nationwide.
ESPN's Big Ten College Football is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. To arrange a thorough test drive, simply phone your nearest BMW dealer. And by Michelob Dry Beer. Once you experience the bold taste with no aftertaste, there's no going back. Wayne Larrivee, Ben Bennett, the Iowa Hawkeyes, their big scoring period really is the first. One of the big scoring periods for Iowa is the second period. They usually get off to a slow start in the first, being outscored 28-10. Rodgers back to throw over the middle. Titley, the tight end. Talk to the Iowa offensive coordinator Carl Jackson about that play. The tight end has figured usually big in the Iowa-Michigan game, but of course Iowa's had great tight ends like Marv Cook and others who have played that position. Titley has the kind of athletic ability to hit the seam of the zone, and he did for 7 yards there.
And on that type of play, in addition to picking up yardage, it gives your young quarterback some confidence. It gets him going early.
Rodgers, a junior from Walpole, Massachusetts. Kuyava, the fullback. Paul Kuyava in the lineup in place of Lou Montgomery, who's been down with an injury, suffered a collarbone injury at Michigan State. Kuyava filling in. Chris Bone made the stop along with Mike Evans along that defensive line. There's a look at Paul Kuyava.
And if you don't think he was popular in high school, in addition to being a good athlete, he was the captain of the football, baseball, basketball, and track teams as a senior.
Wow. It's a busy schedule. Did he ever have time for school or what? Third down for Iowa. Nick Bell stormed back. He got maybe a yard or two, but they shove him back short of the 30. It depends on the spot of the ball in terms of the first down. I believe Iowa's going to be short.
Both teams early on playing typical Big Ten smash mouth football. Throw the football short, make sure of the completion, run it, and try to wear your opponent down. There's no big surprises here so far.
Isaac, a look at his work thus far this season. Hawkeye special teams MVP against Michigan. Trip Welburn tracks this one down. Good move. Welburn with lots of running room. To the Iowa 41. Michigan starts in business in plus territory.
When issues of agility and precision take on special urgency, we recommend the BMW 5 Series. Its unparalleled defense system is designed to help you emerge unscathed from a hostile world.
There's one important business decision every young man must make. What to wear on the first day of work. At Kuppenheimer, we've made more good first impressions than anyone in $185 wool blends, $195 pure wools, even $210 worsteds. Whatever your choice, any Kuppenheimer suit will make you look good, and every Kuppenheimer price will make you look smart. Kuppenheimer, America's #1 value clothier for men.
Only Sears Brand Central has all the name brand electronics you want, like this LXI 2-Lux camcorder. Includes light attachment and telephoto lens. Only $799.95 at Sears Brand Central nationwide.
It's back! The Domino's Pepperoni Pizza Feast is back! More pepperoni and extra cheese for only $7.99. And another one for just $4 more. And only for a limited time. Domino's Pizza! Call now. Domino's Pizza.
Prior to this return, the Hawkeyes had allowed just 12 punt return yards on 24 punts this season. This one, Trip Welburn Motors for $35.
The two things that make this successful, Welburn assures the catch, and then on his own with his athletic ability, makes the first man miss. If you can get by that first line of defense, you pick up a wall of blockers, and the rest is smooth sailing until you get to the kicker or the safety.
First down for Michigan to the 41 of Iowa. Moses Santos cut him off at the pass. Vaughn still gets about 3 yards. Ruland and Foster helped out. The Hawkeyes flow very well to the ball, and they will have to all afternoon to contain this young man. John Vaughn, number 25 for Michigan.
Wayne, going back to that punt return, just to give people in the audience that have never been in that situation to catch a punt, imagine trying to thread a needle when you know you've got an angry pit bull running right at you. And you have to concentrate, and you know at the same time you've got to get out of the way.
Second down. Off play action to Vaughn. Grbac. Bunch is nailed in the flat on the far side. It was Merton Hanks, the all Big Ten cornerback, who made the play. May have lost a yard on that. Well played by the senior. There's a look at Jim Harbaugh, Chicago Bears quarterback. He holds some Michigan records. Played for Bo Schembechler, and I think under Bo was probably Michigan's most successful passer in the Bo Schembechler era.
And you say that with an asterisk beside it. Successful passer at Michigan is almost kind of contradiction of terms. Under Bo.
Third down and 8. It's a different story under Moeller. Grbac to the air. Going deep. Alexander!
On the first 2 play action passes, Michigan threw short to the flat. You see Hanks starting to bind up short. That allows Alexander to run behind him. Grbac puts it right on the money. And that is tremendous concentration by Alexander to hang on to that ball in a crowd.
Derek Alexander, the sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, 37-yard pickup to the Hawkeye 2-yard line. Michigan first and goal. Touchdown run, and Hayden Fry's team is down by 6. J.D. Carlson trying the point after. Carlson is 22 of 22 on PATs thus far this season. Ben Solom on the hold, the backup quarterback, and the kick is good. The Michigan Wolverines, with 2:10 left to go in the first, have struck first.
You know, there was a time when taking care of your car was about as simple as filling it up. But times have changed, so have cars. Fortunately, Citgo has developed this new gasoline with HTA 1000 super detergent. It actually keeps today's cars running like new. So to take care of your car, fill it up with Citgo. Car care's never been simpler.
As a kid in business, I learned the meaning of a buck 1 penny at a time. Hey, it was my money, and it still is. Thrifty. So when I need wheels on business today, I go to Thrifty.
Rent a Chrysler 5th Avenue with unlimited mileage. Only $31.99 a day. Noon Friday to noon Monday.
Who says you can't mix business with pleasure? It's the only way to go.
Thrifty, because it's your money.
Mike Singletary hits hard, but not like the hard-hitting football news on ESPN's Emmy Award-winning NFL Game Day. The team of Berman, Axtell, Jackson, Edelstein, and Deichmann hit the air each Sunday. Jerry Rice can cover the field, but not like the football coverage on ESPN's hour-long NFL Game Day. We'll take you all around the NFL and inside the numbers. NFL Game Day, Sundays at noon Eastern, only on ESPN.
John Vaughn on the sideline, just scored on a 2-yard touchdown run.
As you watch the beginning of this play, watch the linebacker on your right, Melvin Foster, by the play fake in the middle. He's frozen for just that half a second. Now Vaughn has got about a 2-yard head start to the outside. Foster gets back out there, but he doesn't get back out there in time to stop Vaughn from beating him to the goal line.
J.D. Carlson set to restart the game. Michigan leading 7-0, 2:10 to go. First period of play. Danon Hughes from the 9. Hughes averaging 21.6 yards per return, gets it out across the 25. Ware and Townsend team up on the stop 20-yard return. There's the scoring drive. 37 of those yards came on a big pass play to Derek Alexander down to the Iowa 2-yard line, and Vaughn capped it.
Talking to some of the Michigan fans in the hotel lobby last night, they were excited about John Vaughn and they were excited about how Michigan was playing, but they kept talking about, hey, you know, it's really neat to see this throwing the football thing. It was kind of something new for them.
From the 29, first down for Iowa. Rodgers, Danon Hughes, a gain of almost 10 yards. Let's head back to the studio. Tim Brando for an update.
Wayne, at Alumni Stadium, BC was leading 14-7 in the second quarter, and Tony Sacco seemingly improves every week, has plenty of time, and then scrambles forward to hit Terry Smith, one of his favorite targets. That ties the game at 14 in the second quarter. Very important game for Jack Bicknell. Let's get back to you guys.
Eagles hanging tough in the early going there with Penn State.
Sacco is your typical Penn State QB. They go to the steel mill somewhere and they pull this kid out, and he doesn't do anything glamorous. He just wins football games.
Looks like the Hawkeyes are inches short. And Rodgers has come out and hit his first 2 passes of the day. Hayden Pride talking with Sean Smith on the sidelines, a senior from Inglewood, California, wide receiver. We mentioned, Coach Moeller. Really, the passing game has changed. They've expanded it a little bit more. They're still getting 60% of their offense is Michigan on the ground. 40% of it is through the air, and it's where they're calling their pass plays. It's a little bit different from what they were able to do under Bo.
Well, when you run the football as effectively as Michigan does, it makes your play action dead.
He does not, for the first time in a long time, have an option-capable quarterback. Grbac is a straight-back passer. Good cadence call by Rodgers, and I believe he pulled Michigan off sides unless there was some movement on that Iowa offensive line to begin with.
Rodgers utilizing what's known in the business as a voice inflection.
The penalty against Michigan.
And that really, in a lot of programs, has become a lost art.
First down.
That's the easiest way to pick up a first down that there is when it's less than 5 yards, is to get the lineman to jump off sides and snap the ball. Not a lot of quarterbacks use that as effectively as they should.
From the 44-yard line now, Hawkeyes in their own territory, trailing 7-0. We are late first period of play at Michigan Stadium. First down. Rodgers, that sideline pattern again. John Balloon back off the injury list has a first down into Michigan territory to the Wolverine 42. Welburn and Dotton respond to the secondary.
This is a kid who they weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back off of his knee injury. But once he got back, they said, hey, he doesn't look flashy, but boy, he sure does get the job done. He's where he's supposed to be. He runs good patterns, and he's got great hands.
Limited to 5 games last year due to injuries. Balloon started 4 games as a freshman and caught 23 passes. And he averaged 15.9 yards a catch. First down for Iowa at the Michigan 42. Nick Bell. Man, when that locomotive gets a head of steam going down the tracks, it's hard to steer him anywhere. Chris Bowen able to steer him to the chalk marks.
It's amazing when you look at Nick Bell at 6'3", 255 pounds. Now, to give you an idea about his size, there are only 2 players on the 22 two deep on Michigan that weigh more than him. Only 2 players. And then you throw in the fact that this guy runs a 4.5 40, and he's a great receiver.
Aiden Fry says a lot of people recruited Nick Bell. They wanted to turn him into a lineman maybe, or a linebacker, or move him up to the defensive line. And Nick said, all he said was, I want to run the ball. Hayden wanted to turn him into a defensive lineman too, and Nick said, I want to run the ball. And Hayden said, well, son, you go ahead and run the ball. And that's what he's been doing ever since.
Actually, what he said was, I want to run the ball.
First down.
Looking down upon Coach Fry as he spoke.
It is a first down. Interesting about Nick Bell. He has overcome a lot in his Iowa career.
Michigan 31.
Not only does he break the stereotype of running backs, but he came into Iowa with a learning disability similar to, although not dyslexia. But he has overcome that, become a very fine student, and is a model student athlete for this Iowa program, in addition to being an all Big Ten running back.
Well, I'm glad things like that finally get to be spoken on TV, because the label dumb jock is carried around so often, and it's ridiculous because these guys are great students as well as great football players.
Bell, down he goes. Man, he didn't have time to get the locomotive going, and David Key made sure he was stopped before they put the throttle in forward gear. Good hit by Key. A loss on that play of 3.
David Key gives up 53 pounds to Nick Bell. But at that point, he really wasn't thinking about that. The pitch to Bell. Bell never really gets a chance to get his wheels turned upfield. The hit, you can't see, but you could feel all the way up here.
Second down. About 12. Bell in motion. Rodgers to Hughes, gets a block from Bell. Trip Welburn, the all Big Ten defensive safety, makes the tackle at the 29-yard line. Gain of about 4, but it could have been a lot more had Welburn not responded.
Well, that's why this guy was a first-team Kodak, AP, UPI All-American last year. He's just the type of player that does everything you want and more. He's also a Jim Thorpe Award finalist given to the best defensive back in the country. And I think Michigan has an argument that he should win this thing.
Time winding down, first period. Time left in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Third down. Rodgers under pressure. Dumps it off in the general direction of Titley. Martin Davis was bearing in a hurry on the pass rush pressure, number 86.
Michigan taking a chance, disguising their coverage and coming with a blitz. They got all over Rodgers. He had no time to throw the football. You can see the linebackers stunning there. They're picked up, but other guys get free and get their hands all over Rodgers. Boy, those hurt right there, folks.
Skillett will try a field goal here. Jeff Skillett, a junior from Silvis, Illinois. About a 46-yarder. Blitz in the middle of the line. Covered by Jim Hartley, the holder, back near the 50. Covered by, blocked by Welburn. I believe it was Trip Welburn in the middle of the line, or it could have been Beta Murray.
Well, Wayne, we saw a great picture yesterday when we were in the defensive coordinator from Michigan, Lloyd Carr's office, and it was exactly this. Beta Murray and Trip Welborn airborne, just a good 35 inches off the ground. That's skying right there, folks. Wellborn gets his hands on the ball and blocks it. That's why that guy is a first-team All-American.
Tripp Wilburn on the block, and Michigan as a result. There's a look at, now you can barely see Tripp. There he is, number 3. Michigan will start at the midfield marker.
And I mentioned to you yesterday, what a great picture, because they were so high off the ground.
Michigan near the Iowa 49. Penalty markers down, may have taken too much time. Michigan's had excellent field position on all of their drives here in this first period of play. 2 seconds to go in the period.
Dead ball. Delay the game. On Michigan. Please add 4 seconds to the clock. 4 seconds.
Michigan started their first drive on the Michigan 34, their next drive on the Iowa 41, and now at the Iowa 49-yard line. Gary Moeller not too happy with the fact that his team wasn't ready to go.
Interesting arithmetic. 2 seconds left on the clock. He said add 4 seconds, and we're at 4 seconds.
First down at 15 for Michigan. Yale Van Dyne, a wide receiver in motion. He got back about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up. John Derby made the stop. First 15 minutes have concluded here at Michigan Stadium. The Wolverines have the lead.
In the realm of expensive motor cars, no amount of leather, wood, or paint, no matter how refined, no matter how polished, can distinguish one from another. In the end, what matters is the car beneath the luxury. And never before has anyone built a car that performs quite like the BMW 7 Series. Not even BMW.
For 2 years, I waited for Mike Tyson. Then Buster Douglas come out of nowhere and flatten him. They said Buster got a good left jab and a big right hand, and that what made him the champ. I say it was luck.
We'll see. Douglas versus Holyfield for the heavyweight title. It's the moment of truth, and the truth is gonna hurt.
Exclusively on pay-per-view and closed-circuit TV.
When you're out street hiking, you better know how to read the terrain. First, trust your instincts. By all means, avoid distractions. Do your best to preserve the wildlife, because street hikers don't just walk, they hike. Fresh shoes, Joe.
When the party of the first part achieves control of 51.
Nation caused productivity to rise an estimated 50.
The manufacturing division is currently operating at full.
A successful reallocation of resources has had a desired.
Occasionally, mergers produce results that individuals would find impossible to produce on their own. State-of-the-art software and service worthy of it.
Here's something for all you truck drivers to think about. There's an oil made special for trucks. An oil with the Shell brand. Oil that protects engines when they rev their highest and work their hardest. Think any oil will take care of your truck? Think again. Truck Guard from Shell.
Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett. We're in Big Ten country. Michigan Stadium, better than 100,000 on hand to see the Wolverines and the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes getting roughed up pretty well here. They left him hung out to dry, didn't they? He's a resilient sort, though. You got. First down, second down, Michigan. About 10 yards to go. Grbac setting up a screen. Dropped by by Ricky Powers, the true freshman from Akron, Ohio. Davis is coming on the pass rush, but Grbac did a good job of setting up that screen.
Very rarely will you ever see a play that just unfolds like that. Ricky Powers, had he hung onto the football, had over 1,000 pounds of body out in front of him, and he couldn't hang on to the football.
Ricky came in as the second leading rusher, 175 yards rushing, but only one catch thus far this season.
And won't improve much with an effort like that.
Third down. About 10. Grbac on the short drop, hits Howard in the seam. First down, Michigan inside the Hawkeye 40, near the 37-yard line. Scott Blake made the stop. His brother Todd plays for the Michigan Wolverines.
Just a quick look-in pattern. Grbac hits Howard right on the numbers, and Magic, as he is nicknamed, makes the grab and falls forward for first down yardage.
We were talking to Magic yesterday. He had a box of chicken with him, looking for a meeting. Said, you better wipe your hands. You're not going to catch any passes with that stuff on. First down to the 36. There for Powers on the carry. Got maybe two. Clayton Ruland on the stop.
Going back to talking to Desmond Howard yesterday, Howard said two things to us. One, on the controversial play in the end zone last week, he said, the guy took my clothes off. There's no question. But he did what he had to do. He was beaten. And we asked him, did you think you had the catch? He says, no, I don't think I had the catch. I had it. Period.
Desmond Howard, number 21. Ian Alexander, two outstanding receivers, just sophomores in this Michigan program. So is Grbac, number 15, the quarterback, on second down. Howard was out of play, but what a catch! Wow! Scott Blake forced him out.
Here's Desmond Howard at 5'9" tall, playing like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and jumping like Michael Jordan. Watch the athletic ability. Up in the air, hit as he catches the ball, turns almost completely upside down, and hangs on to it. Woo! This is, I'm not even going to say anything else. I'm just going to watch.
Third down, Michigan. 8 yards to go. Grbac trying to hit the seam. Again, that pass knocked down in the line by Matt Ruland, the 6'5" senior from Hilbert, Wisconsin. So it is fourth down for Michigan. Hayden Fry looks on from the Iowa sidelines. There's Ruland, number 57.
Ruland last year, second team all Big Ten. And in 1989 had 16 tackles for a loss. Now, again, we've mentioned that the emphasis is for the linebackers to make the hits. But I promise you, these guys will still come through. Matt Ruland and Jim Johnson, they'll make a lot of big hits.
Eddie Oscona on in punt formation. Only 3 of his kicks this year have been returned. He's going for the corner of the coffin, perhaps. No, he wanted to hit a pooch kick, and this one sails to the near side of the end zone out of play. Got a break of the action with 13:32 to go. First half of play, it's Michigan on top.
Only Sears Brand Central has all the name brand electronics you want, like this LXI 2-Lux camcorder. Includes light attachment and telephoto lens. Only $799.95 at Sears Brand Central nationwide.
Watch it, boy. Don't get your clothes wet.
Dad.
No! Boy, you little... Ah!
Now at Burger King, The Simpsons. $3.49 each when you buy new mini muffins or any size fries. To give you The Simpsons for virtually peanuts, sometimes you gotta break the rules.
Look into a Sterling motor car, luxuriously appointed with handcrafted wood, rich in supple Connolly leather. And right now, a Sterling is a most prudent investment. Decidedly British luxury and performance with the finest, most affordable financing, starting at 0%. Or lease a Sterling with maintenance included at no charge. No matter how you look at it, it's time to see what it's like to drive a Sterling.
This year, IndyCar racing was dominated by one man, Al Unser Jr., 1990 IndyCar champion.
If a driver ever told you, no, I don't get scared, I'm not scared, he's lying to you. The technology that goes into the Indy car is second to none. Over half the field at Indy is using Valvoline. If there was a motor oil out there that was better, it would be in my car.
People who know use Valvoline.
ESPN's Big Ten College Football is brought to you by Sterling. See your Sterling dealer about 0% APR financing or leasing with no charge, maintenance included. And by Northwest Airlines, committed to get you there on time. Wayne Larrivee, Ben Bennett, 100,000 plus of our closest friends on hand. First down, Hawkeyes at the 20-yard line of Iowa. It's 7-0 Michigan. Early second period of play. Play action from Rodgers. Got a man open on the sidelines. Danon Hughes has a first down up near the 36-yard line. Todd Blake, Martin Davis team up on the stop. Well, through its coverage of Big Ten football, ESPN is interested in supporting and curious to find out what type of talent the journalism schools of these great universities are producing. To that end, our sideline reporter today is Michigan grad student Bob Meadows of Detroit, Michigan. Looking forward to hearing from Bob a little bit later on this afternoon. First down, Hawkeyes on a gain of 16 yards out to the 36. And Smith at the bottom of your screen. Hughes at the top. A little more emphasis on the pass today. That ball tipped in the line. Intercepted, no. He did not come down with it. Did not hold possession. Tipped by T.J. Osmond and nearly intercepted by another defensive lineman. It might have been Alex Marshall. Let's see where you pick it up here, Ben.
Defensive linemen are taught if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, because this is what can happen. The ball tipped in the line. Michigan almost comes up with a crucial turnover. Now, I don't know that he didn't have that. That's a very difficult call, especially from this angle. That was a great effort.
Alex Marshall with the effort of trying to intercept. 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Stewart. Tony Stewart on a gain of about 10 yards out to the 46. Chris Bone put him away. Stewart operating in the shadow of Nick Bell, but Stewart a fine receiver and runner in his own right. Last week, he rushed for 124 yards against Wisconsin and was the first sophomore in Iowa history to run for more than 1,000 yards.
All right, Wayne, here you go. First big measurement of the day. You get to make the call.
It looks to me like from the spot of the ball, they're there. They've got it. Where's my eyes?
Drum roll, please.
First down.
That's why you're a highly trained professional. That's why you get the big money.
Yeah, right. This is the start of a triple-header coming up. Alabama and Tennessee at 4 o'clock Eastern time from the SEC. And that'll be followed by Florida State and Auburn. A couple of good battles down south. Going to be a little bit warmer down there than it is up here. It's the upper 50s, maybe 60 degrees. It's supposed to top out at here. Crisp, clear, beautiful day in Michigan. Rodgers. A lot of time. Finds his man, Saunders. And Michael Saunders is heard from for the first time today on a gain of about 7. Let's head back to the studio. Tim Brando.
Sheridan's Wolfpack of NC State historically have played Clemson tough at home, and they're driving, leading 14-3, and they fumble. And, of course, now you can return it. The new rule implementation of this season picked up by Dexter Davis. It's a 53-yard touchdown scamper, and the Tigers looking strong, coming back 14-9 in the second quarter. They missed the extra point.
Second down for the Iowa Hawkeyes right here. Second and about 3, 47-yard line of Michigan. Rodgers on an option. Penalty marker flies on the the far sideline in front of the Iowa bench as Stewart is edged out of bounds by Anderson and Rakowski.
I think you're going to have a late hit. He looked like he was out of bounds. It took a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it looked like
Murray.
Looked like the bodies were flying at him a little bit late. Personal foul against Michigan.
Rodgers makes the late pitch. Stewart out of bounds. Boom, and then takes another hit for Murray. Now I'm going to have to side with Veda Murray there. He was still tight-roping the sidelines. That's a very, very difficult call. And it's not like he pulled an Andre Waters and went after his knees or something.
Defense, automatic first down.
Tom Quinn, heading up the crew of Big Ten officials. The Hawkeyes off that penalty now have the football first down to the 32 of Michigan.
Talking about Andre Waters, who of Monday night fame the other night, taking shots at a quarterback's knees twice deliberately when a quarterback, one was out of bounds and two had thrown the football. There is no place for that in professional, college, high school, anywhere.
Not even in the Mud Bowl they played here earlier today. First down from the 32. Good play action by Rodgers. Nice strike over the middle. Saunders inside the 5. Flake made the stop along with Chris Bone. 28-yard completion. A well-executed play.
Rodgers shows tremendous patience on this play. He makes the play fake, and as he rolls out, he's got a guy open in the flat. He's got the tight end open next, but he waits for Saunders to come into the hole, makes a catch on full stride, gets down to the 4-yard line. Iowa ready to strike here.
First and goal, Hawkeyes at the Michigan 4. Rodgers off the fake pitch. Wide open in the end zone. Dane and Hughes for the touchdown. The Herky Hawkeyes fired up now, and so are the folks who made their way over here from Iowa City.
2 consecutive plays where poise and patience has paid off for Matt Rodgers. He wanted to hit Hughes initially. Hughes was covered. He looked to another receiver and came back. That's pretty tough. Try to say that 3 times fast. Poise and patience pays off.
Try to say that after an hour at a frat party. Skillett puts it through the uprights, and the Hawkeyes, with 11:25 to go in the first half, have caught the Wolverines.
Airedale air pressure gets rid of the toughest odors. I use it here, here, even here.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Look into the sleek design of the Sterling 827 SLI, luxuriously appointed with handcrafted wood, rich in supple Connolly leather. And right now, a Sterling 827 SLI is a most prudent investment. British performance and athletic handling with the finest, most affordable financing starting at 0%. Or lease a Sterling SLI with maintenance included at no charge. No matter how you look at it, it's time to see what it's like to drive a Sterling SLI.
In financial matters, as in life, everybody's different. Different needs, different goals. The Principal Financial Group understands. Our financial services are as unique and individual as you are. Personalized solutions that offer each customer an advantage. That's the Principal Edge. It's made us one of America's largest. So for diversified products that fit your financial needs to the letter, look for the Principal Edge.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
A quarterback will get anxious down here close to the goal line because he doesn't have a lot of room to work. Watch Rodgers' feet. You can see initially he wanted to hit David Hughes in the first hole. Hughes wasn't open in the first hole. He waited, had good protection, delivered the ball right on the money. And Rodgers has done that for most of this afternoon. He's been throwing the football extremely well.
7 plays, 80 yards. Hayden Fry told us yesterday, said, hey, when you get inside the 20 at Michigan, you better score in a hurry. They got inside the 20. 1 play later, they were in the end zone.
That's pretty much how you draw it up if you're a head coach. Ask and ye shall receive.
Jeff Skillett on the kickoff. Howard and Alexander back deep for Michigan. Swimming it a bit. Alexander with a posse out to the 45, and again Michigan gets excellent field position off their return game. Got a break of the action. Let's get on to our sideline reporter Bob Meadows.
Thanks, Wayne. As you know, it is homecoming here in Michigan this week. And we already saw results of the Mud Bowl earlier this morning, but there were other events last night that included a pep rally and a car bashing contest. But it seems the main activity for alumni last night was shopping. In fact, one local retailer said he wished it was homecoming every weekend because business was so good. Back up to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Homecoming almost like Christmas for a retailer here in Ann Arbor. First down to the 45. John Vaughn. Boy, he doesn't need much of a seam. He picks up quick 10 yards. Smith and Book on the stop for Iowa.
When you see John Vaughn pick up 10, 12, 14 yards like that, you can credit the offensive line and the fullbacks. You're going to see this later in the game. I'm not going out on a limb when I say this. You're going to see a break into the secondary, and you're going to see a break a long run, and you're going to credit that one to the wide receivers blocking downfield.
2nd and 1. Vaughn again. And a wait for his blocking downfield wide receiver Yale Van Dyne is trying to handle a couple of Hawkeyes, and Jason Olenzak got the running back from behind. First down yardage down to the 35-yard line.
You ask your wide receivers to block one of two ways. You either stalk and stay in the front and let your running back make a move off you, or you cut. Van Dyne is stalking. He's got a guy out in front of him. Unfortunately, Vaughn couldn't decide which way to go and then decided to run over Van Dyne.
From the 35, first down. There's a look at Vaughn's work, 60 yards already. Jarrett Bunch. Nicely done. He really picked his way well off the right side of that offensive line. Olenzak and Derby team up on the stop, gain of almost 10 yards once again. Jeff Skillett on the sidelines receiving some help from the trainer. It's like a left shoulder may have injured him on the last kickoff fray. Skillett, the kicker for Iowa.
Kickers are not accustomed to laying leather on running backs and return people.
Second down, Michigan. Grbac to Vaughn. Brought down to the open field by Doug Book, sophomore from Keystone, Iowa. Came into the game with 28 tackles, and Vaughn continues to roll up the yardage. Then another first down for Michigan.
Vaughn runs the football like George Foreman punches people. There's never that one huge, devastating punch, but it's just a bunch of heavy blows that just rain down on you constantly. You know they're coming, and there's really not much you can do but get out of the way. Iowa has got to find a way to get penetration and break up the blocking schemes of Michigan.
First down, Wolverines at the 18 of the Hawkeyes. Grbac and company coming right at you. Vaughn inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line on a gain of about 7 yards. Polly and Foster on the stop, and that Michigan offensive line just taking control of the second period now.
Running behind preseason All-American Grbac. And you can see again the block out front by Bunch. Springs Vaughn into the second layer of defense. He's been doing it all day. Credit the line and credit Bunch.
Vaughn is 5'11", well-built, 200 pounds. When he gets on a DB at about 195, it's no match. Bunch picking his way, waiting for the blocking, and then tried a bit of a cutback move, and Rulin got over to make the stop for Iowa after a gain of about 2 yards.
Short yardage for Michigan, and earlier at the other end of the field in this same situation, they went to the wishbone and they gave the football to Bernie Leggett. I think when you've got a player with the ability of John Vaughn, who is running the football as well as he has been, I think you got to get the ball in his hands.
They've run 6 plays on this drive. All of them have been on the ground. 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 2. Vaughn. Wrestled out of bounds just inside the first down marker at the 7-yard line of Iowa. Doug Bunch, the free safety, again came up from the secondary. All he could do is pace anxiously. His team defensively has been solid this season, but this is probably the best power team he's faced thus far this season. They played Miami earlier. Miami's more known for the finesse game.
Well, they finesse you with their incredible athletic ability, size, and speed.
Michigan hits you with their incredible size and power.
And talking about the Iowa defense, last weekend against Wisconsin in the second half, they completely shut the Badgers down. The Badgers never got past their own 36-yard line. They only had the ball for 8 plays and 37 yards in the entire second half.
First and goal, Michigan at the Iowa 7. Out of the wishbone. Allen Jefferson. Touchdown! Two-time Mansfield Relays 100-meter champion. He ran the fastest in that meet since Jesse Owens when he was in high school, but he's been injury-riddled through his football career here at Michigan. Allen Jefferson scores the 2nd touchdown of the game for the Wolverines. J.D. Carlson with the point after, and Michigan has recaptured the lead with 7:34 left to go, first half.
You're probably wondering how a human body can sustain this degree of damage and survive. The answer is only in the movies. Bone and joint injuries do take a long time to heal. 4 to 6 weeks for a sprained ankle, 6 to 18 months for a broken thigh or leg. And some injuries do cause permanent disabilities in spite of the most advanced medical care. So when you decide to go for it, decide first if it's worth the risk.
Free gas? Free gas! Why worry about high gas prices? Classic Chevrolet wants to buy you free gas for 1 full year. All you have to do is buy any new 1990 Chevrolet car, truck, or van, and Classic will buy your gas for a year. Plus, Classic will still give you the best deal in town. They have hundreds of new cars, trucks, and vans in stock, so take your pick. Classic Chevrolet is just minutes from anywhere in Tulsa on Highway 169 and 86th Street North in Owasso. Classic deals. They're always right on the money.
The stakes are high when top candidates roll for Bowler of the Year honors. The Lady Ebonite Classic, Thursday night at 10 Eastern on ESPN. 2 races remain. Ayrton Senna needs one victory to clinch the championship. Alain Prost must win both. The excitement continues at the Grand Prix of Japan. Sunday morning at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN.
A quick peek into the sophisticated coaching in college football. Okay, big guys, run out and knock somebody down. Little guy, take the ball, find out where they're not, and run it into the end zone.
Good second effort here, though, to pick it up.
Tremendous effort. This is a fella that has just a desire to get the ball into the end zone. A lot of guys can take a hit and go down and be happy with the 3 or 4 yard gain, but when you get down that close, as you see the smile on his face, he says, give me the ball, I'm going to get it in there.
Jefferson, as I mentioned, highly touted out of high school as a track star, but injury riddled throughout his Michigan career. J.D. Carlson has it on the tee, number 38 in your picture. Twin safeties, Handle on the far side, and Hughes on the near side. Hughes coming up for it and going to let it hit out of bounds.
We didn't really mention at the top of the telecast, but down on the field there is a pretty stiff breeze blowing from right to left on your screen.
On the kicking team, kicking the ball out of bounds.
They'll back him up 5 yards and do it over again.
They have the choice of taking the ball on the 35 or making Michigan kick the football again. With the breeze blowing right in the face of Michigan, they figure they've got a chance to pick up more yards and get it out past the 35.
It is a gorgeous, crisp, clear, cool day. Somewhat breezy here. Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor.
This is what college football is all about. You've got two well-coached teams, a beautiful afternoon, pretty cheerleaders, 105,000 people, and ESPN brings it to you in the comfort of your own home.
Carlson's kick hooking toward the far side. Anila on the run at the 19. Gets out to the 30 and is turned back near the 32-yard line. Todd Plate made the stop on the play. Iowa will take it 1st and 10. Coming up tomorrow, well, the season debut, of course, of NFL football on ESPN is coming up on November 11th. And tomorrow the crew will be on hand for NFL Game Day and NFL Primetime, noon Eastern, right here on ESPN.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be real close, Wayne. How about you?
No comment.
Dallas, I'm living in Dallas now, and to watch the Cowboys, they've got a lot of potential, but a lot of potential is a heavy burden to carry when it's not coming to its fruition.
First down, Rodgers to the air. Got a man wide open, Kuyava, the fullback. He's out near the 40-yard line on a gain of about 8 yards. Let's head back to the studio. Another update from Tim Brando. Tim?
The Kansas Jayhawks are improving, fellas, but they haven't improved enough to handle Darian Hagan, who looks for the versatile Mike Pritchard. Colorado just on the scoreboard. They now lead it by a count of 17-0. The enemy's already had a touchdown run in the game, Wayne.
Second down for Iowa, about 3 yards to go. Just couldn't escape to the outside. He was about a man or two away. Osmond recovered quickly on the defensive line along with Martin Davis, and Welburn was also there. That looked like it set up really well at the start of the play. Only got about a yard out of it, leaving a 3rd down. Yeah, they're very close enough apparently for a measurement.
Now I'm going to go out on a limb here, Wayne. This is my shot. You're 1 for 1. I'm going to say they're short.
Several measurements today in this first half,
but thus far only one that I've challenged you on.
There you go.
Now remember, folks, we're professionals. Don't try this at home.
Don't try that at home either, because you'll knock over the lamp.
I think this is what's known as the country's most substantial wave. 105,000 little ripples can cause what's known as a tsunami or a tidal wave. You like that? Tsunami, Duke education, education kicking in. There we go.
Hawkeyes will have a third down and short coming up. Iowa on third down conversions has struggled today, but they've got a third and inches. No, Rodgers, second effort. I still don't think he got it. Well, I tell you, they really pushed back the offensive line and backed up man Rodgers for a moment.
The key in short yardage is to get underneath the shoulder pads of your opponent. Michigan got underneath the pads, had a super surge, and you could see Rodgers as he went to go on the quarterback sneak, actually got pushed backwards by the lineman. As he starts to go in, boom, there it is. T.J. Osmond in the middle, getting underneath center Mike Devlin and pushing the entire pack backwards.
Chris Bone was also there, and second effort by Rodgers did get that first down as he reached the football out. 5:57 to go, first half of play. We've seen more of an emphasis on the passing game, Ben, this week from Iowa than we expected to see.
Well, that's a surprise only in this week. We expected them to see Bell and Stewart running, but Iowa predominantly is a passing football team. They've thrown the ball well for a long time.
Rodgers, you saw his numbers, 10 out of 12. He's had a good day, fumbles the snap, picks it up. Rodgers trying to plow forward, may have actually gotten a yard out of that to the 44. And Iowa will go second and 9. Osmond right there in the middle of it for Michigan.
Trying to do too much, think about too many things. You forget about the most basic part of the game is to take the quarterback center exchange cleanly. But look at the leg drive. Boy, I like to see QBs doing that. Power personified.
It's just that you guys don't have the thighs for it, see?
Oh, now it's a tax on my person.
Second down and 9. Rodgers. Kuyava, the fullback, is close to a first down inside Michigan territory. At the 48-yard line, Beta Murray forced him out of the near side. It'll be third down at about a yard.
Exactly the same pass play that set up Iowa's only touchdown in this second quarter. This time, Rodgers saw that Kuyava was open early, hit him in the flat, and gave him the opportunity to turn up.
As they spotted at the 49, it's actually third and 2.
Good place here to change up your count, try to get Michigan to jump off sides, and possibly get a free play.
Saunders, the lone receiver, to the top of your screen. Stewart met in the hole. Anderson, the linebacker. 48 tackles on the season coming in, the leading tackler for the Michigan defense. He was there in the hole. Hayden Fry faced with fourth down and 2.
And wants to take a little bit of time to ponder this fourth down call. Michigan on a stunt to the left. Look at the fill right there by Eric Anderson. Linebackers find the gaps. Running backs beat him in the hole.
Decision time for Fry and company.
Pizza Hut presents the $4 pizza deal.
We get one pizza.
Regular price.
The 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a Supreme?
Regular price.
And a pepperoni lovers?
$4.
How about 3 sausage pizzas?
Regular price, $4, $4.
5 Super Supremes.
Regular price, $4, $4, $4, $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about a meat lovers, 2 pepperoni lovers, a Ferrari, and a sausage pizza?
Regular price, $4, $4. $145,580, $4.
Whoa, she's good.
At BASF, we don't make the plane. We make it lighter. We don't make the lotion. We make it smoother. We don't make the dress. We make it brighter. We don't make the carpet. We make it tougher. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF, the spirit of innovation.
There are those who thirst for something different, something beyond the ordinary. For them, there is a beer that refreshes like no other. Michelob Dry. Once you've experienced its bold taste, with no aftertaste, there's no going back.
Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett, the scoreboard here at Michigan Stadium tells it all. Iowa facing a 4th and 2, the football to the 49-yard line, Michigan territory. 4:28 to go in the first half. That has the Wolverines on top 14-7.
And Wayne, in the year of the 5th play, not long ago, one sideline marker has 4th down, the one that you're looking at. The one on the nearest sideline shows 3rd down.
There it is.
You can see it at the bottom of your screen.
Now he's going to change it. There he goes.
They must have been listening.
I doubt it. 4th down, Iowa. Tinley, the tight end. Anderson had the coverage, and Rodgers had to make a good throw to pick up the first down to the 43. We head to the studio for an updated Tim Brando.
After a Virginia fumble, the #1 Wahoos watched Tony Rodgers of Wake Forest pop to the outside and get in for the touchdown. The Demon Deacons have a 14-9 lead, 9:15 remaining in the second quarter. We'll keep a watchful eye on this one, Wayne and Ben.
Tim, I think #1's a curse more than it is anything else.
It may be worse than Sports Illustrated being on the cover.
First down for the 43. Rodgers gets away. Penalty marker is down. Rodgers forced out of the 39. Penalty marker down. Anderson forced him out of the near side. Could be for a hold.
When quarterbacks start to scramble around, linemen don't know where they are and get out of position. They try to make things up. You'll see Rodgers come back with the play fake. Michigan has their linebackers all coming. Rodgers does a super job to step up in the pocket right there and avoid the rush, and watch the little move right here, boink, to get back outside.
On the defense.
Maybe on Greg Agater, number 75, looked like he was, at least in the picture we saw, pushing from behind. And so that will wipe out the Iowa gain.
Now they said illegal use of the hands on the defense.
Illegal use of the hands. Previous spot foul, 10 yards.
So now they've corrected said offense.
Okay.
On the left-hand side of your screen, as you see Rodgers step up inside, good move right there to get away from the rush.
May have been at that point that Agater
they
was guilty of the foul.
A little bit farther along on that play. I think you could have seen the shove.
1st and 20 now. Iowa back at the Hawkeye 47.
See what happens, Wayne, is when you're a lineman, you're shoving a guy, shoving a guy, shoving a guy, expecting your quarterback to be behind you. All of a sudden, the lineman turns, and you're ended up shoving him in the back.
Matt Rodgers. Evans on the sack as Rodgers slipped. Hawkeyes going backward now. Loss of about 8.
The difference in these two plays from the quarterback position, defensive linemen rush for where the quarterback is supposed to be. Earlier, you saw Rodgers set up and then move forward in the pocket to avoid the rush. That time, with his foot slipped, he could not move up in the pocket. Michigan got all over him.
Look at that statistic. This year, no one has touched Grbac in a sack situation. 2nd and long. Stewart. Man, he got a lot of that back. It'll be 3rd down and about 13 yards to go. David Key recovered. He got about 16 on that gallop.
And even with his habits, he probably is about the yardage he picked up. I know he's a little frustrated because he thinks he might have had more, but he had to avoid the referee to get up inside.
Part of the game, Ben. Part of the game.
Man-made obstacles.
Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Hawkeyes trying to pick up a 3rd and 13. Rodgers changing the play at the line. Now set to go. Tip, bobbled, and dropped. Malone had a shot at it after the tip by Chris Bone, the linebacker. Throughout the entire game, Iowa has had success throwing underneath Michigan's linebackers. They're getting 15 to 16-yard drops. Malone coming into the middle. The ball is tipped. He almost makes the catch, but he knows that Welborn and Murray are coming up to leave their calling cards on the back of his head. Isaac in punt formation. Trying to pooch it into the corner. Stays in play, taking an Iowa bounce, and Michigan will start this drive from their poorest field position of the first half to begin a drive just short of the Michigan 14-yard line. Not a bad placement from Isaac, who has now knocked 7 inside the 20.
I'm impressed with the way this fella punts the football.
There's our story. It is a first down now for Michigan. Hayden Fry's team trailing by 7. They hung with Miami for the better part of 3 periods down to the Orange Bowl earlier this year. And Hayden says this is a much better Iowa team right now than it was back in September.
And the reason for the improvement from last year, all of the coaches have said because guys are older, stronger, and smarter.
John Vaughn, Melvin Foster on the stop. Short of the 20-yard line, gain of about 5 yards on the play.
And talking about, to follow up the point, talking about older and wiser and smarter, they're also leaner. They're a little bit lighter this year.
Coming up, Formula One Grand Prix of Japan, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 2 races remain in the series. Ayrton Senna can clinch the championship with 1 victory. Alain Prost can keep his title with 2 wins in the final 3 races. Coming up tomorrow on ESPN. Second down, Michigan, about 5 yards to go. More fumbles, covered by the Hawkeyes, inside the Michigan 15. Rod Davis gathered it in. That ball came loose up into the air, and it was almost catchable on the fly.
It looked like Gbac's hand got caught in here on the handoff, and the ball just popped up. You could see the ball never went in there. His hand didn't pull out cleanly, and the ball pulled right out of Vaughn's stomach.
It is a first down, Hawkeyes. The football just inside the 13-yard line. Rod Davis made the play, number 54 right there in your picture. Junior out of Queens, New York. The same high school that produced Ronnie Harmon, who was a star for Hayden Fry's Rose Bowl team back in the early 80s. Rodgers. Tinley, the tight end, down to the 4. A gain of about 9. Anderson and Bone on the stop.
The dimension that Titley adds to your passing offense, besides the fact that he has just all the superlatives you can think of for hands, is he has speed and athletic ability to stretch the middle of any zone.
He's 6'3" and 235. He can shield the defenders as well.
At a Nassau Community College where he was a JC All-American.
Power eye for the Hawkeyes. Marvin Lampkin slipped on the turf. We've seen several Hawkeyes slip out there today. A couple of injured players down in the field. You see one for Iowa. That's Titley, the tight end. Let's see if we can pick up the collision here.
84 is Titley. You can see the left leg gets caught. And as it's caught underneath, the linebacker engaged with Titley, didn't let go. Now, that's not something that was intentional because he wasn't looking at Titley. He was looking at the ball carrier. But it's something that you can see, folks, looks painful. And I promise you, it's as painful or more so than it looks.
Sometimes you can hyperextend a knee like that, Ben, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. As you look, if you can see the bottom of Titley's cleats, they're the studded kind, which will stick in the turf when you're planted. Now, his left foot is planted right there and doesn't move as they roll into him. To add insult to injury, he's caught by the top of the shoulder pads and can't twist away. A lot of times when you're caught, you get hit. If your upper body is free, you can spin to avoid really getting hurt. But you could see he had no way to spin that time.
Titley has played a role here today. He's been a big man in Iowa plans at times in terms of opening up some of the passing lanes. He heads off pretty much under his own power.
And Wayne, you can't imagine the myriad of thoughts that go through your mind as that injury is happening and as you're laying there on the ground. Especially if you've never really had a knee injury before, you're laying there and visions of Gale Sayers and all those kind of things and just the worst ideas in the world go through your head. And a lot of times guys will lay there until they're sure that everything's still attached.
Alan Cross comes in for Titley. He is a former walk-on, a sophomore from San Diego, tight end. Third down, goal to go at the Michigan 5. Bell in motion. Rodgers on a keeper. Storm back at the 1. Time winding down in this first half of play. Murray and Anderson respond along with Trip Welburn. That's how many seconds are left. Coming up at halftime. Days in halftime report with Tim Brando and Lee Corso. Scores and highlights around college football today. Hawkeyes are facing fourth and make that a first down as they pick up that first down at the 1 yard line. First down and goal to go.
Let the clock run. They had 19 seconds and they went into the huddle. The clock stopped on the first down. All right.
Lampkin to the end zone. Time has expired in this first half according to the scoreboard. Michigan team is heading to the locker room. The Hawkeyes are short of that goal line.
That is a huge mental error. They had the clock stopped when they got the first down and there were 19 seconds left. The scoreboard shows 2 timeouts left. They went into the huddle with 19 seconds left and came out with 10 seconds left.
Hayden Fry talking with his field general, Matt Rodgers, about that very fact. And it cost Iowa a shot at a score.
Huge mental error.
Reach halftime. Michigan leads it 14-7. We start the second half of play. Iowa left at the doorstep as we went to halftime. And they trail 14-7. Start of the third period of play coming up. Vaughn at 76 yards, averaging 5.1 yard per carry for Michigan. He is the nation's leading rusher. The Iowa Hawkeyes will kick off to start the second half. And part of the sellout on hand here at Ann Arbor. Coming up later on today, big battle in the SEC. Third-ranked Tennessee takes on Alabama. Bama off to a slow start this year, but improving. Florida State and Auburn in a matchup of top 10 teams. The primetime game tonight. Ron Franklin and Gary Danielson will be by for that one.
As they say in the business, you want football? We got it.
Gary Moeller on the sidelines. Not only is he the head coach at Michigan, he's also the offensive coordinator, calls the plays. Still looks like an assistant because he has all the headgear on and everything else.
Well, I think one major question has been answered so far in the first half. That disabling defeat last week against Michigan State hasn't carried over to this team in the first half.
This one skips out of bounds, and the Wolverines will make the Hawkeyes do it over again. Skillett's been trying to. There's a look at. Boy,
hitting the ball out of bounds.
That in the last 7 days, hanging an official in effigy has been something that has been in vogue here in Ann Arbor.
I tell you, there's been quite a bit of official bashing around the country this entire season. The fifth play, Colorado, Missouri, we mentioned that earlier. They were disappointed that Colorado won the game on the fifth play with no time left. Again, an officiating mistake, an admitted mistake. And there have been other instances. Last week, the game that we did, Indiana, Ohio State. Indiana scored a touchdown to go ahead with less than 2 minutes left in the game, but a holding penalty that Coach Bill Mallory was not very happy about at all.
Iowa now will kick from the 30-yard line. Alexander and Howard back deep for Michigan. And here's the boot by Skillett, again skipping across the 30, taken by one of the outbacks, Martin Davis. And old Martin Davis out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. First half possession chart for the Michigan Wolverines. Drove well, 55 yards, block field goal. Good field position to begin their second drive, resulting in a TD. Again, drove 50 yards on their next drive, only to lose it on downs on a punt. And then again started in Iowa territory, scored from 55 yards. First down Michigan now. Again, they get good field position to start another drive from the 47-yard line in Michigan territory. John Vaughn. Leroy Smith pulled him down after a gain of 3 out to the midfield marker. Second down and 7 coming up for Michigan.
Michigan has done something noteworthy throughout this game, a la Cincinnati Bengals. They've been huddling to start their drives on the sidelines and walking right to the ball.
What does that do to the defense, Ben? It
doesn't really do anything to the defense, but it gives the coaches a chance to speak to everybody on the offense and let them know exactly what they're looking for on the play that they've called.
Second down. Vaughn again. This time they cut him off at the pass, gain of about 2 yards. Ruland and Foster on the stop. Take a look at the people that did the work for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Defensive backs, Book and Hanks making the majority of the tackles. Ruland and Smith on the defensive lines. This defense not really in sync because the linebackers, Derby and Foster, should be leading this defense in tackles.
That's the way the defense is designed to work. The defensive linemen are not supposed to make the hits. They're supposed to occupy offensive linemen.
3rd and 4. Got his man, John Vaughn, but good cut provided by Ted Bailey, the linebacker out in the flat. He makes the hit short of a first down of the Wolverines. Be 4th and about 2.
When you're in a situation like that, the most important thing to know is down and distance. On 3rd and 6, you can't run a 5-yard pass pattern, which is what John Vaughn did.
Eddie Ascona in punt formation. Fair catch signal by Anola. Ball stays in play. No! Wolverines could not corner it. David Key was all over it, and somehow it escaped into the end zone. Gary Moeller, very upset.
He's complaining that Key was blocked and never had the opportunity to down that ball.
Hayden Price says, look good to me.
I wish we had Otho Quartz up here, who's our sideline official. He could give us the exact ruling. I'm not sure exactly what the call is here.
A touchback, illegal touching before.
Now you'll see Key is coming down, number 26, on the left-hand side of your screen. He's got the opportunity to down the ball. but he gets shoved at the last second, shoved away from the football, and can't regain his composure quickly enough to get down and down the football inside the 2-yard line.
First down, Iowa at the 20. Play action, Rodgers to the air. Titley, the tight end, with his 4th catch of the day. They'll mark it near the 25-yard line, gain of about 5. Let's head back to the sidelines and Bob Meadows. Bob?
I just spoke with the team trainer, and he said that all Titley had was a bruised knee. As you can see from the last play, he is fine.
Okay, Bob. Second down for Iowa, a gain of 4 as they mark you to the 24-yard line.
Like I said, Wade, a lot of times you'll lay there until you're sure that everything's in one piece. And all of a sudden, you're not quite hurt as bad as you thought you were.
Second down. Rodgers, lots of time. John Falloon out to the 35-yard line. Drew a crowd of maize and blue. Murray and Marshall on the stop, along with Chris Bone.
Falloon makes this play at the very end of his route by not just turning around and waiting for the ball. He hits the brakes and comes back down the stem of his route to make the catch. See, he's moving back towards the quarterback. That's what allows the ball to be thrown away from the linebacker. Falloon can come back and make that grab.
Quarterback loves a receiver that'll come back for the ball. Rodgers got a man open on the sidelines. Dane and Hughes out of bounds at the midfield marker. We have seen a lot of wide open Iowa receivers. Welburn and Dotton on the coverage and stop on the far side. And I'll tell you what, Lloyd Carr told us yesterday, he said, I don't want to get specific, but we're not happy with the play of our secondary, period. Lloyd Carr being the defensive coordinator for the Wolverines. Tacklers for Michigan in the first half. The linebacker Bone having a great ball game, playing for the injured Milligan. Anderson also an inside linebacker, while Osmond up front. Welburn in the secondary. Welburn's going to make a lot of tackles because they move him around a lot. First down, Hawkeyes at the 50. Michigan in a blitz off play action. Rodgers comes up firing. I'm not sure if he wanted Titley at the 35 or Falloon downfield near the 20.
I think he was going for Titley across the middle. This is the same pattern we've seen 3 times earlier today. Once it was a completion to the receiver coming all the way across and set up the touchdown. Once it was incomplete, and once it went to the fullback. That time there was good man-to-man coverage, and Vada Murray was free in the middle to break on whatever receiver he felt was the most dangerous.
I beg your pardon, that was Ryan on the pattern that time. Ron Ryan, number 94, not Michael Titley, 84. Second down and 10. Rodgers. Over the middle. Kuyava. Close to the first down near the Michigan 41-yard line. Welburn and Key on the stop. Gain of 9.
One of the keys to Iowa throwing the football so successfully today has been protection. Michigan has had to blitz to get close to Rodgers. In this case, the blitz hurt him because Iowa expected it. The fullback, Kuyava, comes out late and picks up 9 big yards.
Be third down and a little bit less than a yard to go for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hayden Fry looking on from the Iowa sideline.
I don't think they'll take a chance on Rodgers this time.
Bell for the first down and then some. Chris Bone made the stop.
I think that's a pretty shrewd call right there. Last time they had 3rd and short, Rodgers tried the quarterback sneak, actually lost yardage, and then fell ahead to make the first down by 6 inches. Hayden Fry says, hey, I got a guy that's 255 pounds in the backfield. I think I'll give him a crack at it.
That he did for a first down on a gain of about 4. Rodgers under heat. Pass well off the mark. Rodgers was really hammered on the play. Evans coming hard along with T.J. Osmond. Iowa Hawkeyes in the first half offensively. The possession chart, unlike Michigan, they did not enjoy great field position until they got a turnover. The Michigan 13 late in the half, and then allowed time to slip away, literally, and we're left at the doorstep.
You know, Wayne, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that really is Hayden Fry's fault. He's the one standing on the sidelines. Rodgers is in the huddle, trying to call the plays, make sure everybody is going in the right direction. I gotta say, Fry should have been more aware of what was happening.
Play action, Rodgers under heat again. Got his man downfield. Allen crossed to the 15-yard line. First down, Ritter made the stop, 22 yards on the gain.
This takes just sheer guts. You know you're going to get hit. You got to stand in the pocket and deliver. And when you stand and deliver, no pun intended, you pay the price.
But 22 yards, the payday at the other end. And Iowa first down to the 15-yard line of Michigan. Michigan leading 14-7, 10 minutes. Coming up on 10 minutes left to go, third period. Kuyava. Trip Welburn makes the stop after a gain of 2. At tight end, we mentioned it before, 3 catches by Titley in the first half. Ryan caught a ball earlier here, I believe, in the second half. And then you see Alan Cross make a big 22-yard reception. It's funny about this Iowa-Michigan series. The Iowa tight end always seems to play a role, a big role.
Rodgers has played the big role so far, making good decisions. In the first half, Michigan was dropping their linebackers deep and taking away anything downfield. Now they're not dropping as deep, and Rodgers is taking advantage of it.
Bell off the delay. Veered to his left a little bit. If he had cut to the right, Ben, he might have had more running room. Davis and Evans on the stop, gain of 4. And Iowa facing another third down. Changes up on his personnel in the lineup. Michigan's defense backed up inside its 10-yard line. Third down, Hawkeyes, and 4 yards to go. Rodgers. Touchdown! Jeez. Penalty marker down. He may have been over the line.
It's either that or an ineligible lineman downfield, because it looked like Rodgers was going to run until the last second. Play action fake keeps the linebackers inside. Rodgers rolling outside. Now remember, the line of scrimmage is the 9-yard line.
That was close.
We have an eligible downfield, an illegal forward pass, 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, the ineligible downfield is understandable based on what you said earlier, Ben. Obviously, when the quarterback rolls out, you see oftentimes you see people take off. It's going to be a running play. But I don't know if he's over the 9-yard line here.
Very, very close call. And the rule is now where the ball is released, where the ball leaves your hands. The line of scrimmage is the 9. He cuts up at the 10.
Well, that hand may be over the 9. I don't know.
That's a tough call. But look at the concentration on the catch, though.
Third down. Rodgers to Hughes. Trip Welburn, the All-America, had the coverage on Danon Hughes. Fourth down, Hawkeyes.
Actually, Rodgers, I think, made a good play. because I believe he was intentionally trying to throw that ball out of the end zone. And if anybody was going to have a shot at it, it might have been Hughes. But he didn't want to take the sack in that situation, because instead of a 31-yard field goal attempt, it would have been about a 42-yard field goal attempt.
It is a 32-yarder. Skillett had one blocked earlier. This one he zeroes right through the uprights. The Iowa Hawkeyes score first in this third period of play. 8:18 to go in the third. Michigan leads by 4.
Who wants some slackjaw smoking your tires in the parking lot? Hey!
Come on, you wimp. Come on.
Listen, honey, if I can't pronounce it, I don't eat it.
At Days, we've got what you need, including great rooms, great value, at over 1,000 great locations. And that's the honest truth.
When Acura asked if we would design a new tire for the extraordinary NSX, we responded very quickly. Yokohama, where Acura turned for ultra-high performance.
From the outside, people find the 1991 Jaguar Vanden Plas quite beautiful. But what they don't see is the beauty inside. Polished woods, hand-stitched leather, and finely crafted details offer a uniquely elegant environment. The 1991 Jaguar Vanden Plas. It's beautiful no matter how you view it. Jaguar, a blending of art and machine. For the name of your nearest Jaguar dealer, call toll-free.
Better get your Air Jordan Flight Club calendar from Wheaties.
On the box, Jocks. Just get it.
ESPN's Big Ten College Football is brought to you by Jaguar, a blending of art and machine. And by Wheaties. Better get your whole grain. Better eat your Wheaties. Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett, Michigan Stadium, 8:18 left to go. Third period of play. Michigan leading by 4. To Desmond Howard and Derek Alexander, two of the best return men in the country. There, you get a look at him. Skillett's kick. Carrying toward the near side, bounds past Howard into the end zone. And it is a first down for Michigan from the 20. The Iowa Hawkeyes, 66 yards in 12 plays, overcame some untimely penalties. 4:35 off the clock. That perhaps is one of the more pertinent stats of that drive, because Michigan has moved the football well against Iowa.
And here you see what we were talking about earlier, the huddle on the sidelines. Now you're not just getting the play called, you're having the opportunity to give little coaching points to everybody there to let them know exactly what you're thinking when you make that call.
Grbac has broken it up some. 6 to wide receiver. Well, so actually he hasn't. 6 to the wide receivers, only 1 to the running backs and 1 to the tight end. He's gone exclusively to the wide receivers for the most part. First down. Allen Jefferson, who scored the second Michigan touchdown. Smith and Davis on the stop, down to the sidelines, and our man Bob Meadows.
We've got word on Michael Titley. It's his ribs now that are bruised instead of his knee. They've wrapped his rib cage and they're having him run around and take passes to see if he'll be all right. He does appear, however, to be in a little bit of pain, but the trainers are pretty sure he'll be able to continue.
All right, Bob. Titley may play a big role yet in this second half. Second down for Michigan at about 6. Jefferson runs into Matt Rowland. John Derby helped out. Jefferson close to the first down, about a half-yard short. There's Titley, number 85, walking around, 84 rather, walking around to the sidelines with those ribs taped up a bit.
And if he's got any kind of serious rib damage, it is going to be very difficult for him to come back. because probably the most painful injury there is next to a hip pointer is cracked ribs or bruised ribs, because everything you do makes those things hurt. Oh, look at my Devils.
They're down and short. Jared Bunch looked like he's going to be short. Derby and Johnson were right there. Number 71 was the main perpetrator defensively.
And if that goes down as a tackle for a loss, that will put him one short of the school record.
Michigan is short.
The handoff to Bunch up the middle. Sure enough, Johnson and Derby stuffed him up and managed to pull him backwards, not allowing the second effort to fall forward.
On in punt formation, Eddie Ascona just did get that kick away. Fair catch signal made by Antilla, and the wind carried it a bit. Antilla hauls it in near the Iowa 23, where the Hawkeyes will put it in play.
A Jaguar is beautiful. It loves the sun and the wind. It knows the luxury and comfort of a snug environment. And its potent V12 power dominated the 24 hours of Daytona and Le Mans this year, finishing first and second. Jaguar, a blending of art and machine. For the name of your nearest Jaguar dealer, call toll-free.
New Britain, Connecticut is 119 miles from New York City. It only seems farther than that. People here live in the same houses their parents lived in, worship in churches where their grandparents worshiped, and work for the company their great-grandfathers built, the Stanley Works. So it's not surprising Stanley tools are made to last. It would only be surprising if they weren't. There are those who thirst for something different. Something beyond the ordinary. For them, there is a beer that refreshes like no other. Michelob Dry. Once you've experienced its bold taste with no aftertaste, there's no going back.
Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett, along with Bob Meadows on the sidelines. Bob joining us today. He's a grad student here at Michigan. First down for the Iowa Hawkeyes from the 24. They trail by 4 points. Rodgers rolling. Out across the 25 to the 27. Should the Hawkeyes come back to win this game, a lot of Michigan streaks will go by the wayside. They haven't lost consecutive conference games since '79. Haven't lost consecutive home games since '67. Haven't lost a homecoming game in 22 years.
That's called keeping the alumni happy right there.
Boy.
They come back, you show them a win, they're much more apt to open up that checkbook.
Gain of 3 by Rodgers on the previous play. Second down. Tony Stewart. Nabbed at the line by Mike Evans. Eric Anderson floated the ball from the linebacking core. Iowa has not done a lot on the ground against Gary Mulder's Michigan Wolverines.
And Michigan has done exactly on defense what they said they had to do yesterday. 2 things. One, they said they had to swarm to the ball. They had to get a lot of bodies on the backs, and they said they had to tackle better. In the past 4 weeks, they have not tackled the ball carriers well at all. Today, there's no evidence of that, though.
Iowa 3 of 9 on third downs. Blitz. Broken up near the 45-yard line. David Key on the coverage of Mike Saunders. Anderson was coming up the middle on the blitz.
Michigan has been forced to go to the blitz in key passing situations to put pressure on Rodgers. The receiver, Mike Saunders, was open initially, but because of the pressure, the pass is late and it's high, goes incomplete. Big play for Michigan's D.
Jim Hyzak under the shadow of the flagpole Michigan Stadium. Blocked on the play. Scooped up by the Wolverines for the touchdown. David Ritter on the block, and Dwayne Ware recovers and takes it in.
Blocking punts all day, but they haven't tried. They've been setting up returns.
On a keeper, extra point attempt fails. Conversion fails. They stack it up. Hayden Fry looking on and disgust.
Well, that's an interesting call because now Michigan is up 10 rather than 11. It only takes a touchdown and a field goal to tie.
There's a penalty marker down in the middle of the line.
We have dead ball fouls, personal, home, dead ball, personal of visitors. The play is no good. It was dead ball. They offset. They're going to have a kickoff.
4:35 left to go. This game has taken a strange twist. Michigan out in front by 10.
Arby's went west and found the perfect Western taste. Introducing Arby's delicious Albuquerque turkey sandwich with tender turkey breast, tomato, lettuce, and onion, Swiss cheese, and our special Southwestern sauce. And right now, get Arby's Albuquerque turkey sandwich plus spicy curly fries for this great price. Or choose Turkey Deluxe plus curly fries for this great price. So enjoy Arby's Albuquerque turkey sandwich plus curly fries. Or Turkey Deluxe plus curly fries for this great price.
Free gas? Free gas! Why worry about high gas prices? Classic Chevrolet wants to buy you free gas for 1 full year. All you have to do is buy any new 1990 Chevrolet car, truck, or van, and Classic will buy your gas for a year. Plus, Classic will still give you the best deal in town. They have hundreds of new cars, trucks, and vans in stock, so take your pick. Classic Chevrolet is just minutes from anywhere in Tulsa on Highway 169 and 86th Street North in Owasso. Classic deals. They're always right on the money.
Live, top-ranked boxing on ESPN. The place where fighters have stepped into the ring as unknowns, made the right connection, and emerged as champions.
You gotta knock him out to win this, all right?
Olympian Michael Carbajal. Lightning quickness has made him an undefeated world champion. He battles Luis Manzote as Budweiser presents Top Rank Boxing. Thursday at the special time of 8 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Michigan picking its spot to go after the kick. The kicker just a little deliberate in catching the ball and getting it off. The block, Ware picks it up, takes it into the end zone, and what a time to pick up a turnover like that.
Last block punt return for a touchdown by Michigan came against Michigan State on October 12, 1985. Ed Hood is the man that scored the touchdown that day. Michigan's two-point conversion attempt on a fake field goal. They were going for two, set up for a field goal. Keeper fell short. A couple of fouls on the play. Dead ball fouls. And Michigan's lead, instead of being 11 or 12, is 10. J.D. Carlson's kickoff. Jeff Antella to the 20. Antella roughly taken out of bounds in the vicinity of the 23 or 24-yard line. Let's get out of the sidelines and Bob Meadows. Bob?
It being homecoming weekend, all the alumni return. And with me now is Michigan's all-time leading passer, Jim Arbor. Jim, what's it like to be back watching your alma mater play?
It was nice. You know, a lot of the guys that I played with don't play here anymore, but the coaches, a lot of the coaches are the same. It's good to be back on a beautiful day.
Do you wish you were back on the field with your teammates?
No, I have a job to do in Chicago, so I like having my week off this week.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Back up to you in the booth.
All right, thank you, Bob. Jim Harbaugh is doing quite a job in Chicago, to the surprise of many around the country.
And playing through some adversity, too. Playing through some injuries.
Sure is. He's done an outstanding job thus far this season for the 5-1 Bears. Rodgers on first down, under pressure again. Almost got away. Tripped up by Steve Rakowski, and T.J. Osmond was raining down on him as well. He's been under a lot of pressure in this third period of play. Michigan has been looping and stunning a bit up front. They've been blitzing, as you mentioned, Ben, putting more heat on the quarterback.
That time they didn't need to blitz. Rakowski just took it upon himself to break that play up. Individual effort. He got after Rodgers. Interesting point, as you look at the dark face mask across the quarterback, Matt Rodgers' helmet, Hayden Fry thinks that the defensive backs can't see a quarterback's eyes, thus giving them a little bit more of an advantage.
Rodgers. Overshot a wide open Paul Kuyava at the 25-yard line. That's more a direct result of the pressure he's been under all day. He had Alex Marshall blitzing from the linebacking core that time. Michigan really putting the heat on. A couple of knockdowns, 6 hurries. Well, up to pass, a sack.
The knockdowns come when linemen can't get in there and they put their hands up. The hurries have come primarily from the blitz today.
Under 4 minutes to go in the third period of play. Michigan leading by 10. Caught it on a hop. Oh, wait a minute. One official was marking it at the 40, saying complete, and he's been overruled.
The two officials down the field were both in about the same position and made the call that it was a catch, but they looked like they were unsure. The official coming from the far side of the field came in and saw that the ball had skipped and called it incomplete. Sean Smith coming across the middle. You'll see him move back. The ball hits the turf and bounces into him. The official in the upper right-hand side of your screen was the one who came in and waved off the completion.
Trip Welburn in single safety. Isaacs kick. Bounds across the 40. Welburn retrieves back inside the 30, and down he goes at the 30-yard line. Good coverage. The Hawkeyes provided by Steve Breaux, the center. Ron Ryan, a tight end. NFL football coming up on November 11th, our season debut. The San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Mike Patrick and Joe Theismann will have the play-by-play color for you.
Wayne, did you get a chance to see Montana and Rice go to work on Atlanta last week?
Amazing.
Al Michaels on Monday Night Football had the best line to describe Montana I've ever heard. Montana started to drop back, and he said, Rembrandt back to pass. He is an artist beyond compare.
That he is. First down to the 30-yard line now for the Michigan Wolverines, who lead by 10 late third period. John Vaughn. Vaughn bounced off one would-be tackler and picked up about 4 yards out near the 34. Smith and Rulin finally put him away. Rodgers on the headset to the coaches, continues to loosen up on the sidelines. That's unusual. I haven't seen that. He's talking to the coaches and warming up at the same time.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Versatile people these quarterbacks are these days. Second down at 6. Elvis Grbac done an efficient job with the Michigan offense today. Bunch in motion. Grbac under pressure. John Vaughn slipped as he made the turn. Burton Hanks came over to make the stop. Gain of barely a yard out to the 35. Leroy Smith.
You've got a quarterback blitz here, and you'll see him get right up underneath the pads of Elvis Grbac. That causes the screen to develop too early. The linemen are behind Vaughn, and you see him coming into the picture just as Vaughn hits the ground.
You know, this Michigan turf, we were talking about it last night. Michigan appears to, my thought was, from what I had been told, Michigan was going to put grass in this building, in this arena next year. we were told last night that may not be the case. They may wait another year. This turf is not in great shape. A lot of people have been slipping out there. Vaughn, on that play, slipped. Otherwise, he might have had a lot more yardage. Grbac's pass is knocked down. Matt Ruland. That's the second time an Iowa Hawkeyes knocked down a pass today. And it is a 4th down for Michigan. So the defense is beginning to assert themselves here.
Elvis Grbac may be thankful when he sees the films that pass did get knocked down, because both of his receivers were wearing Hawkeye trench coats down the field.
Eddie Ascona in punt formation. Antilla, fair catch signal, makes the catch near the 33-yard line of Iowa. A minute 50 to go, third period of play. Hawkeyes still trailing by 10. Get another offensive possession.
Now, to go back to something we alluded to briefly earlier, the extra point try after Michigan's blocked punt for a touchdown. They had what they call a muddle huddle, where they snapped the ball to the huddle, to the people lined up to the left of the ball, going for the 2-point conversion. What that did by not kicking it, it gave Iowa the opportunity to tie this ball game with a touchdown and a field goal, or to win the ball game with a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. If Michigan kicks the extra point, Iowa's got to score 2 touchdowns to win the football game.
From the 33, first down Hawkeyes. Rodgers outlets. Nick Bell ran into heavy resistance on the flank. Alex Marshall and Eric Anderson collaborate on the stop. Let's go to the studio. Tim Brando.
Speaking of Eric's, Wayne Larrivee, watch Eric Bieniemy. Boy, the records keep falling off the pitch from Darian Hagan. Nice cutback right here, and he's off to the races. 17th 100-yard day of his career, tying the school career scoring mark, 212 points, with Bob Anderson. It's now 27-10 Buffaloes. Back to Ann Arbor. Wayne.
Thank you, Tim. We've had a personal foul, dead ball foul against Michigan. Late hit. And so Iowa will get, instead of a loss of 1, a first down, and they'll move the football.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense. Automatic first down.
We'll get a look at it here. Anderson wrestles him down. There's the late hit right there.
The shot right there, not only was it late, he came in with his helmet. You can come in late a lot of times and get away with it, but if you lay that helmet on any part of another guy's body, you're going to get that call.
T.J. Osmond, the guilty party. The football moved out to the 48-yard line of Iowa. Rodgers on a short set. Good pickup by Saunders and a gain of 9 yards inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line of the Michigan Wolverines. Saunders has played a big role in today's passing game for Iowa. Chris Bone made the stop downfield. Saunders came off major knee surgery last year and has still not been listed as 100%. He's about 85-90%, but perhaps having his best day of the season thus far. Came in with 4 receptions. He has 3 now.
Well, Rodgers is not making it easy on his receivers in the second half. In the first half, his accuracy was impeccable. The last 4 or 5 passes that he's thrown have been either way short or over somebody's head, making his receivers work hard.
Bell in motion. Rodgers going exclusively to the air. Now going to take it himself. Down to the 35-yard line. Alex Marshall recovered to make the stop. Marshall has been injured much of the early season, seeing his longest stint of duty here. Iowa came in with a 57% rush ratio to 43% pass ratio offensively. In this ball game, it's been a complete turnaround.
Well, it's a classic example of going with what works. Iowa's running game has been almost non-existent today. They've thrown the short pass as well.
Time winding down, third period of play, under a minute to go. Now the run from Bell. And the Burley tailback inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line on a gain of about 6. Time winds down to this third period of play. Matt Rodgers heads to the sidelines to talk things over with Hayden Fry and company. The visiting Hawkeyes trail the homestanding Wolverines.
When the party study of the first part achieves control of 51.
Nation caused productivity to rise an estimated 50.
Manufacturing division is currently operating at full.
A successful reallocation of resources has had a desired.
Occasionally, mergers produce results that individuals would find impossible to produce on their own. State-of-the-art software and service worthy of it.
A company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
In recent years, the price of fine art has skyrocketed, with one notable exception. Notable because this work of art has hand-polished walnut, elegantly tailored hand-stitched leather, and the prestige of a company noted for creating one classic after another. It's the Jaguar XJ6. At $39,900, this is a work of art that will truly move you. Jaguar, a blending of art and machine. For the name of your nearest Jaguar dealer, call toll-free.
See you guys later.
So, what's Gary doing?
Oh, nuclear engineering.
Whoa, nuclear engineering?
You're all ahead 1/3.
Always studying, huh? But he hasn't been out of high school that long.
Well, it's an accelerated program.
Today's Navy. High-tech training that takes you only one way. Full speed ahead.
You in the Navy. Full speed ahead.
Dick, it's Charlie. We're in. That is, if Roman likes our work. He wants to see us at 6. Give me a call. Me again. We've really got to be together on this thing. Call me. I'm having an anxiety attack. Please call. Come on, Dick, buddy, pal, Dick.
Answering machines have always done a great job of taking messages. Unfortunately, we've yet to find one capable of answering them. Panasonic cellular phones, because sometimes the best answering machine is a person.
Dick, you're a real...
There you go, wave to America. All right. Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett, and our sideline reporter, Michigan student Bob Meadows. So far, the Wolverines have had a little bit more to cheer about than the Hawkeyes have. Leading by 10 as we start the fourth period. Nothing like homecoming on a college campus, and we've been blessed this year to cover 2. Indiana last week, Michigan this week. Iowa on a second down. Inside the Michigan 30. Nick Bell. Rumbling forward for the first down inside the 25. Over to make the stop, Marshall and Eric Anderson. The storyline of this afternoon's contest thus far. Rodgers has gone to the air with a great deal of frequency, almost surprising. Grbac has been amazingly efficient. Both teams have blocked field goals. Ware picked up a block punt for a touchdown.
Special teams, so rarely mentioned until something goes wrong, can swing a ball game in one play.
Without a doubt, Ben. First down at 10 yards to go for Iowa at the Michigan 24. Play action to Bell. Kuyava, the fullback. Down to about the 20 on a gain of 4. Let's head back to the studios for an updated Tim Brando. Tim?
Southwest Conference story, and the Hogs and the Horns in a great one, 20-17. Gardere with a touchdown run. Then Grovey comes right back with a TD pass to Russell and Derek Russell. It's 20-17. We'll keep you posted on that game. And David Klingler having a big day. 3 touchdown passes as Houston, unbeaten Houston, though ineligible for the Cotton Bowl, leads SMU 27-0. Back to Wayne and Ben.
Jack Barnier moves on to the Oilers, and Cougars keep rolling on the football field. Second down for Iowa. Rodgers, lots of time now. Rodgers going to take it himself. He's got a first down inside the 15-yard line. Rakowski and Davis did a sandwich job on the tackle.
That's a very intelligent play by Matt Rodgers. He had the opportunity to throw the ball across the middle, but it wasn't as good as it could have been, so he pulled the ball down, knew he was going to take the hit, but knew how far he had to go to pick up the first down.
8 of 7 on that play. They move the sticks down to the 13-yard line.
A lot of people wonder, and I know I did for years, what that ANF stands for on the side of the helmet. Hayden Fry put it on there because it stands for America Needs Farmers. He feels that's very important for people to know.
First down. Nick Bell. Inside the 5. It is first and goal, Hawkeyes. David Key and Beta Murray made the tackle. Chris Bone paid for his tackle attempt. And it's amazing that in this second half, almost the Iowa attack has been pass-oriented almost exclusively. And here on this drive, they start weaving Nick Bell into the offense on the ground.
When you got a player with his physical ability, you got to get the football into his hand no matter how.
Look at the yardage differential. Iowa first and goal. Bell met in the hole and turned back at the 1. Second down and goal to go coming up. Bone in the middle of that fray along with Alex Marshall.
Maybe it's a little early to speculate on this, but that missed extra point attempt, the muff 2-point attempt, will loom much, much larger down the line should Iowa score here and have a chance to kick a field goal. Because if Michigan ties, that means they need a lot more help than just having Illinois beat Michigan State down the line to get to the Rose Bowl.
Second down and goal to go at the Michigan 1-yard line. Rodgers, touchdown! Penalty marker down.
I think the flag is going to go against Michigan, and the touchdown will stand. Rodgers has scored 4 touchdowns similar to this play earlier in the season.
In a moment, we'll get the official determination from Tom Quinn.
The defense was offside. He scored. He will put the penalty on the kickoff.
Rodgers, using the voice inflection we talked about earlier, gets the middle of the line to jump off sides. Then he does a little jumping of his own to get into the end zone.
Boy, I tell you, it is rather tight down there on the 1-yard line, isn't it?
It's amazing how the field shrinks when you get down that close.
Skillett for the point after. And the Iowa Hawkeyes back on the board. They have cut the Michigan lead down to 3 with 12:16 to go in this 4th period of play.
It's back! The Domino's Pepperoni Pizza Feast is back! More pepperoni and extra cheese for only $7.99. And another one for just $4 more. But only for a limited time. Domino's Pizza! Call now. Domino's Pizza.
When Acura asked if we would design a new tire for the extraordinary NSX, we responded very quickly. Yokohama, where Acura turned for ultra-high performance.
The 1991 Buick Regal sedan. It's going places. Regal features 4-wheel disc brakes and an available 3800 V6 engine. Leather seating areas, concert sound, and anti-lock brakes are also available. Regal is going places in comfort with the spaciousness and Buick quality that gives its competitors fits. The new world-class 4-door Regal from Buick. The new symbol for quality in America and beyond.
Okay, Harry, grab the bud, and I think we're out of here.
Right.
I want to drink your bud.
Hi, I'm Harry. So am I.
Well, there you are.
You are not going to believe this.
This Halloween, replenish your Bud supply. Pick up Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Dry.
What's your bud type?
ESPN's Big Ten College Football is brought to you by Buick, the new symbol for quality in America, and by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light.
On the touchdown, the penalty we talked about, on the right-hand side of your screen, number 90, Nemeth Aga Khan, coiled and ready to explode into his man, exploded just a little too soon. That was the offside penalty, which has been enforced on the kickoff.
And that man scored. Quarterback Matt Rodgers, 10 plays, 67 yards. These Hawkeyes have found a way to move the ball against this Michigan defense. Much of it coming through the air, but on this drive, it should be pointed out, Nick Bell carried the ball a couple of times, picked up 13 crucial yards. Rodgers has 221 of Iowa's 306 yards. Skillett's kick, line drive fashion into the end zone, past Eric Alexander. Michigan gets it on the 20-yard line. 12:16 left to go, and Michigan's lead is down to 3. Gary Moeller and company. Matt Elliott was filling in at center, place of the injured Steve Everett, who many feel was the best center in the Big Ten. Everett suffered a broken foot earlier this year. They're hoping, we talked with Steve yesterday, Ben, they're hoping that he'll be back maybe. They're going to check it out Monday. Maybe he'll be back in the next couple of weeks.
With the super job that Matt Elliott is already doing, it would be a huge plus to have an experienced player like him come back to add to that punch.
Double tights for Michigan on first down. Allen Jefferson breaks free. First down out to the 30-yard line. Let's head back to the studio. It's Tim Brando.
Take a look at this. Virginia, the number 1 Wahoos, and Nikki Fisher takes the 63 yards, bouncing off would-be tacklers. They were behind 14-9, but you could call Nikki Fisher Nikki 6. Yeah, and Virginia, after trailing, has become a motley crew. A number 1 crew, Wayne.
All right, Tim, maybe number 1 isn't such a bad thing after all. It was looking like a scourge earlier today. From the 30, 1st and 10, Michigan. Jefferson. Allen Jefferson came into the game with just 23 carries in the first 5 games of the season. He's had some work here today. Davis and Nelson made the stop there. Gain of about 4.
Well, if you'll think back to that 3rd down catch that John Vaughn made, he made the catch and limped off.
Rodgers has outproduced Michigan thus far. We have not had a report on John Vaughn, have we? Jefferson, the lone setback. 2nd down. Timeout. Grbac was running out of time on the play clock and didn't like what he saw defensively. 11-12 left to go in this one. Homecoming in Ann Arbor on a gorgeous afternoon for college football.
3rd quarter, Virginia 35, Wake Forest.
Better get your Air Jordan Flight Club calendar from Wheaties.
From the box, Jocks. Just get it.
26,000 new car owners. J.D. Power and Associates heard from them all. When they summed it up, Buick ranked 5th on their list of the 10 most trouble-free car lines sold in America. Buick outranked Honda, Acura, BMW, Nissan, Mazda, and every single domestic nameplate. Remember those 26,000 new car owners who road-tested all those cars for you. Then remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America and beyond.
In 1843, all most could expect from life was to live, work, and die, and maybe leave something for their families. Then Mutual of New York sold the nation's first mutual life insurance policy and returned a dividend, an idea called money for life that's provided 146 years of uninterrupted dividends and annuities and pensions for a new generation to enjoy while they're still around to do it.
Mutual of New York. Money for life.
Watch it, boy. Don't get your clothes wet.
Dad.
Oh! Boy, you little... Ah!
Now at Burger King, The Simpsons. $3.49 each when you buy new mini muffins or any size fries. To give you The Simpsons for virtually peanuts, sometimes you gotta break the rules.
Starting tight end Michael Titley of Iowa is done for the day with a rib injury. Got it well bandaged. Grabbed some ice on there. Played a fine ball game in the first half. Caught 3 passes in the first half. It was figuring big in Iowa's plans. Michigan now facing a 2nd down. 6 yards to go from the Wolverine 34. Jefferson and Bunch, the running back tandem in the eye behind Grbac. Allen Jefferson met on the flank quickly by Jeff Nelson. Short of a first down, the Wolverines will face a third down coming up. Well, we talked to Hayden Fry yesterday, and I asked him if he could believe that he now, with Bo Schembechler's retirement, is the dean of Big Ten coaches.
Well, if it's any indication about how many times I've been shot at and hit, yeah, I feel like it. I've been in it a long time, and I guess it's a mark of survival more than anything else. I'm honored to be the oldest coach in regards to experience in the Big Ten, but you never replace the guys like Bo Schembechler or Woody Hayes or people like that also had the same honor.
Third down, Grbac back to throw, takes it back, still looking, throws it away out of bounds. Good coverage downfield, Ben Bennett, by that Hawkeye defense. Plate and Smith in the zone downfield, and there is a look at Scott Plate. His brother Todd plays here at Michigan. They have another brother that's a running back for Central Michigan, and a cousin that is a Michigan lineman, offensive lineman. Fourth down, Wolverines. Antilli back deep. Eddie Oscona. Hawkeyes are coming after it. Olenzak almost got it. Antilla, shielding his eyes from the sun, makes the catch at the Iowa 15, a 48-yard punt. John Vaughn takes a break. Michigan has the lead.
Good news, Oklahoma. Cost Warehouse has just opened another new store, and we're celebrating statewide with one of the largest sales in our 20-year history. Cost Warehouse continues to grow and grow, and we're doing it because of one simple reason. We save you money on top-quality national name brand electronics and appliances. For example, during this sale, take home a 25-inch GE Color TV with remote, just $377. A hard-working washer and dryer on sale now at a super low price. This lightweight Sony camcorder on sale just $744, or this Whirlpool 18 cubic foot frost-free refrigerator only $399. But this sale must end soon. Don't wait and pay more later, and don't pay more somewhere else. Quality merchandise, guaranteed lowest prices, and reliable service. That's why Oklahoma owned and operated Cost Warehouse is one of America's fastest growing appliance and electronic companies. Rush to the Cost Warehouse nearest you today during this special grand opening sale, because at Cost Warehouse, what we do best is save you money.
They may be graying around the temples, but they're golden around the greens. Lee Trevino, Gary Player, and Arnold Palmer tee it up in the final round of the Trans-America Golf Championship. Sunday afternoon live on ESPN. Mark Martin is closing in on the Winston Cup Championship, but Dale Earnhardt is right behind him in the points battle. They fight for the checkered flag at the AC Delco 500, Sunday night at 8 Eastern on ESPN.
Wayne Larrabee, Ben Bennett. That scoreboard tells you all you need to know at this point. Iowa football on the 15. Hawkeye territory. Elvis Grbac on the sidelines. Gary Moeller. As I mentioned, Moeller not only the head coach here, but he's also the offensive coordinator. First down, Hawks. Cuyava out to the 21 on a gain of about 5. Anderson, the linebacker, right there to put him away.
Michigan obviously sensing urgency here. First time today on the positive side of the field, they blitzed Matt Rodgers. Normally they've waited till he crosses the 50, but on first down, they brought 2 linebackers and a safety.
Since the tight end Tipley went out of the ball game with an injury, the fullback has become a leading receiver. 5 catches for 34 yards for Cuyava, the fullback. Stewart trying to get around the corner, cannot. Trip Welburn, put him away. No gain, maybe a loss of a yard. And it is 3rd down and 6 for Iowa. Michigan defense. Seen the Hawkeyes finesse them around the field all day with the assortment of passes that Rodgers have been able to get off. Now they're trying to make a stand with a little over 9 minutes left to go in the game.
Look for Iowa to put Rodgers on a play-action rollout so that he can utilize his speed to possibly run for the first down.
Third down, Hawkeyes. The junior Mike Evans from the defensive tackle spot, number 92, made the hit on Rodgers. He had nowhere to go, loss of 4.
And the big reason he had nowhere to go was they only had 3 receivers in the pattern. The 2 outside receivers were running off deep, and the underneath receiver couldn't get open.
High snap to Isaac. It's off a beautiful punt. Well burned. Oh, bounces off one defender, Marvin Lampkin, and then is taken down. He absorbed quite a hit from Lampkin, and then Ted Bailey put him away. 44-yard punt, loss of 3 on the return. John Vaughn, number 25, on the sidelines. There is nothing wrong with John Vaughn from what we understand from the sidelines. Obviously a coaching decision, and one that John Vaughn may have been debating right there.
And you can see he was not happy with their decision. Neither were the fans.
Wow, nation's leading rusher, and he's on the bench in the 4th period of play of a 3-point ball game. Jefferson. He's doing a pretty good imitation of the nation's leading rusher anyway.
Exactly.
Melvin Foster made the stop.
That's not to take anything away from Jefferson.
No.
He's having an outstanding day. But you have to think your bread and butter guy is John Vaughn. All season, he's been the guy that's carried you through and made the big plays for you. And there he sits on the sidelines.
Vaughn, 86 yards on 18 carries today. Gain of 8 on the previous play. Second down, 2 yards to go. Jefferson for a big hole off the left side of the offensive line. Doring and Dingman, Elliott, Foster made the tackle in Iowa territory near the 48. Michigan has another first down.
And the question you have to ask yourself is, what did John Vaughn do or not do that's forced him to the sidelines? Is it a case where Jefferson has just got the hot hand, or in this case, the hot feet?
Yes.
Or is it that John Vaughn maybe is a little banged up and they want to save him?
Very well could be that Jefferson's got the hot hand right now, but still. There's a look at the Michigan sidelines. First down now for the Wolverines at the 48-yard line of Iowa. 7:22 to go. Michigan leading Iowa by 3. Melvin Foster off the sidelines, shaken up on the previous play. Big loss for Iowa. Grbac. Howard lost it. He had it and absorbed a whale of a hit from Doug Book. A 6'2", 190-pound sophomore from Keystone, Iowa. What a hit. That was a safety's dream to have a receiver way up in the air like that.
And Howard is running wide open. Grbac delivers this ball just a little bit late. You see him take that extra step in the pocket, throw it a little bit high and behind it. Boom! He got a helmet right on the football, which makes it extremely difficult to hang on to.
Michigan with 3 receivers in the game now. Second down. Hawkeyes on a blitz. Jefferson has the hole up the middle. Into Hawkeye territory inside the 40. Down to about the 38-yard line. He's got a first down. Leroy Smith and Adi Pali on the stop.
One of the things that this drive is doing, besides putting Michigan in position to score, is it's taking valuable time off the clock.
Melvin Foster back in the lineup for Iowa. Take a look at the first down situation. From the 37. Jefferson. This time the Hawkeyes flow to the ball with authority. Rod Davis and Matt Ruland. Let's go back to the studio. Tim Brando.
Clemson and North Carolina State tied at 17. And watch quarterback Terry Jordan. He's hit by Vance Hammond right here. Stripped of the ball. Clemson takes it in 2 plays later on a Howard Hall run. Clemson now 6-2, and a hard luck Wolfpack drops to 4-4 and 2-4 in the ACC. Back to Wayne and Ben.
All right, Tim. That's our story. Michigan on the drive, 2nd down. 2nd and 11, loss of a yard in the previous play. Yale Van Dyne in motion. Grbac screens it out. Jefferson. Down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 9. It will leave a 3rd and about 2. And Derby made the hit. Jefferson has had an outstanding second half of play.
And if you're Jefferson and you catch a screen pass like that, you have to be tickled pink to realize that you've got guys like Tom Doring and Dean Dingman out in front of you. Those 2 guys are 290 and 292 respectively. Dingman has just been added to the Outland Trophy candidate list. He gets out in front of you, boy. That's like having a diesel out in front of a Volkswagen.
Time becoming a big factor. Michigan leads by 3 with 5:10 to go. 3rd and 2 Wolverines. They are 4 of 11 on 3rd downs. Jefferson, no. Decision time for Gary Moeller and company. Eddie Polly filled in from the cornerback spot, supporting the run for Iowa. Foster was also there in the vicinity. J.D. Carlson trots onto the field. Wolverines will attempt a field goal.
Well, the fans start to boo a little bit. They want to see Michigan go for it. But this is a good call right here. Carlson is in a very makeable range, and this would put him up by 6 rather than by 3.
47-yard field goal attempt as long as 48. Carlson sends it to the uprights, and it is good! Touchdown now will tie. A field goal does Iowa no good. They must reach the end zone with 4:27 left to go. Touchdown will tie. An extra point. Give Iowa the lead. In this series, these 2 teams have gone down to the wire many times in the Hayden Fry era at Iowa. 5 of the 9 games decided by 3 points or less. 3 of those by last-second field goals. 1 field goal we saw in the open of our program here today. In 1985, a field goal sent Iowa to Rose Bowl.
That's amazing. Teams of such different ability, completely different rosters, can play 60 minutes and end up that close at the end of that many games.
Carlson's kickoff. Good leverage into this one. Antilla from the 2. Cut off at the 15. Great coverage by Lance Dotton. Matter of fact, it was a wave of maize and blue on the near sidelines. Iowa will start this drive back at the 15.
North Carolina on its way to a big upset over Georgia Tech, leading by 3.
Hey, Iowa State hanging in there with Oklahoma. Minnesota has the lead on Indiana in a tight battle second period. That's a surprise. Minnesota's 2-0 in the Big Ten race.
Hey, it's been a flip-flop of power thus far in the league standings.
It's early. Iowa first down to the 15. Rodgers, Kuyama, brought down short of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Lance Dotton supporting from the secondary. Gain of 4. Scoring drive resulting in J.D. Carlson's field goal of 47 yards. 8 plays, 35 yards. Took 3 minutes, 44 seconds off the clock. That's what Michigan wanted to do.
And the thing that they need to do now is to go back to what they did on that play and what they did all first half. Get the linebackers and your DBs good thrust. Make Iowa throw the ball underneath the coverage.
Hawkeyes Hawkeyes have 3 minutes, 3 timeouts left, and 3:42 to go. Rodgers. Nice catch by Smith. Sean Smith, the senior from Inglewood, came into the game with 8 receptions, made a good pickup of that low liner for the quarterback, Matt Rodgers. First down out of the 15-yard line on a gain of 15. This should say first down to the 35, Ben.
Michigan's linebackers had good drops, but they had too much separation in between the middle. Smith found the hole, got in there. Rodgers found Smith and delivered the football.
3.5 minutes to go. Michigan by 6. First down, Iowa. Could not hang on. David Key in the coverage. Welburn was bearing in on the quarterback along with Rakowski.
And when you see Trip Welborn rushing the quarterback, you know Michigan is taking a chance, taking one of their best coverage people out of coverage and letting him rush the quarterback. He's a good enough athlete that he can do that, but Michigan is trying to do some things to make Rodgers make a bad play.
Malone and Saunders are the wide receivers. Nick Bell is wide open. He's got a first down inside the Michigan 50-yard line near the 47. Matt Rodgers on a pickup of 19 through the air. He's shown a lot of cool under great pressure.
And anytime you blitz, you take a chance that a player like Matt Rodgers will read that blitz and make that play. They were counting on Bell having to be in pickup of the linebackers. He wasn't. He slipped out. The defensive back assigned to him didn't get over there until late.
Stay with us for the Residents Inn scoreboard with Tim Brando, Lee Corso. They'll update you on all that's happening in college football. First down, Hawkeyes, just inside the 47 of Michigan. Rodgers. Falloon. First down to the 30-yard line. John Falloon coming back for the football to the 35. Welburn and Dotton made the stop.
We mentioned this earlier, the importance of coming back to the football. The square in route by Falloon. He's supposed to find the open area. He does. He knows he's open, and he comes back to the football, puts his hand on the ground, and scrambles ahead for good yardage. Iowa is on a roll right now.
2:40 left to go in the game. There's Falloon. First down, Hawkeyes. Draw play, Stewart. They may work it for a first down to the 15-yard line. Well executed and a good call in that situation. Welburn and Murray team up on the stop.
An especially good call against the blitz. Michigan has been blitzing on the last 4 plays. This time they don't, and it allows the fullback Kiowa to get out in front of Stewart.
Got an injured Michigan player down. His number is covered. We can't quite see it. Hawkeyes have a first down to the 15-yard line of the Wolverines. 2:24 left to go. And the injured player is Chris Bone.
Chris Bone on the left part of your screen. You'll see him right there, number 49. Keep watching to the left-hand side. Bone coming in. Boom, hits the knee of his own player.
2:24 left to go. They help Chris Bone. Michigan leading by 6.
Introducing the American Beauty. It took vision and courage to bring it to you. It took a policy of unceasing devotion to quality. A revolution in the way its V6 engine and electronic transmission worked together with Dynaride to make it the smoothest Buick ever built. The completely new 1991 Park Avenue and Park Avenue Ultra. They're beauties, all right. American beauties. From Buick, the new symbol for quality in America and beyond.
Every evening, we pack over 700,000 passengers onto our planes. No drinks are served. No meals are prepared. Yet our customers love our service, like our UPS Next Day Air Letter. Guaranteed overnight delivery to any address coast to coast. And at just $9, far less than other companies charge.
Set takeoff thrust.
No one seems to mind that there's no in-flight movie.
Hey, has anybody seen the middleman?
Not here.
No middleman here. Not here.
He's definitely not here. I think I saw him at a department store.
Hey, has anybody seen a middleman?
You'll never find the middleman at Kuppenheimer because we make all our own suits and pass the savings on to you.
Middleman? I think he played for Miami.
You got to be kidding.
Kuppenheimer, America's #1 value clothier for men.
Things are heating up around here, to say the least. On the AstroTurf of Michigan Stadium, Iowa Hawkeyes on the drive. Chris Bone, inside linebacker, playing next to Eric Anderson, went out with an injury. He's the third string linebacker. They've also lost John Milligan and Steve Morrison to that position. 1st and 10 Hawkeyes. Stewart. Not a whole lot there. Down to the 13 and a gain of 2. Evans and Marshall on the stop. Michigan's lead is 6. 2 minutes now left to go.
Iowa in a precarious position offensively because they want the touchdown and they want the extra point, but they don't want to do it so quickly that they give Michigan the opportunity to come back and take a shot at kicking a field goal to go back ahead.
Iowa has 3 timeouts remaining. Michigan has 2. Rodgers. Stewart. First down and goal to go at the 1. I don't believe he threaded that pass through that clogged middle. Wow. That was a gutsy throw, to say the least. Now, who was the intended receiver? There's the tight end, 87, Alan Cross.
This is AT&T. You make the call.
Wow. Who was he going to?
And it looked like Stewart caught the ball, and then the linebackers thought the ball was going to the tight end. They both broke up on the tight end. Stewart caught the ball and slipped through and got down to the 1-foot line.
Hawkeyes knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Kuyama, touchdown! And we are tied. With 69 seconds remaining.
And remember back to the fake, attempt for 2, the fake kick where they snapped the ball sideways and they didn't get it into the end zone. You have to wonder if that was something called at the line or if that was a coaching decision. Skillet.
And the Iowa Hawkeyes have taken the lead. Hayden Fry trying to usher his special teams together. Gary Muller, the wheels are turning on that side as well.
Now here's a big key, Wade. Elvis Grbac has been very successful throwing the football today, but the majority of the success that he's had today and throughout his career has been on play action. Wherever Michigan gets the ball, they should have a long way to go, and play action with only a minute left is not effective at all because the linebackers know you're not going to run it. You've got to throw the football.
Another look at the touchdown. Paul Kuyava.
When you get down this close, it's whoever wants it the most. And on this particular play, Iowa and Kuyava, they wanted it the most.
Kuyava, former walk-in, filling in for Lou Montgomery. There's J.D. Carlson on the sidelines. It may yet come down to a Carlson kick. 2 timeouts left for Michigan now. 69 seconds for Gary Mulder and company with which to work.
Well, Wayne, so far this year, Michigan has played in 2 close ball games, 2 football games that they probably should have won. Both of them they lost. When you lose games like that more than once in a season, you start thinking more than you react, and you get that seed planted in the back of your mind. Well, maybe we just weren't meant to win these games.
Lost to Notre Dame 28-24 in the final minutes. Lost to Michigan State last week 28-27. Desmond Howard deep. Call him magic. Squib kick. Alexander near the 7. To the 20. Alexander brought down short of the 30-yard line. Matt Hilliard, a backup linebacker, made the stop.
And a key point to remember is earlier in the third quarter, Elvis Grbac had to burn a timeout because he was going to get a delay of game penalty on a very unimportant drive. That could come back to haunt Michigan.
Time left in the lower right corner of your screen. Timeout situation. Michigan has 2 remaining. Jefferson and Bunch are the backfield behind Grbac. Hit by Santos, and there he goes. Rod Davis and Moses Santos collaborate on the sack, and it happened with lightning quickness. Back inside the 25-yard line. 57 seconds remaining. Michigan takes a timeout. 1 timeout remaining for the Wolverines. Michigan hasn't lost 2 consecutive home games since 1967 when they lost to Navy, Michigan State, and Indiana. Last time they lost 2 Big Ten games in a row, 1979, Purdue and Ohio State. Gary Moeller wants his offensive unit over to the sidelines. You're right, Ben, on that play. I mean, obviously, he didn't even try play action, but play action is not going to be effective in the final minute of a game like this when the other side knows you absolutely have to pass.
And there was a severe breakdown in the blocking scheme for Michigan. Watch the bottom of your screen. 99 comes in almost untouched. He gets touched, just bumped at the end by Tom Doring, but it looked like Doring expected somebody else to come out and pick him up.
57 seconds remaining. The Michigan sideline. I'll tell you what, that loss to Michigan State, it's not just a loss, it's the way they lost it. It's the people they lost to. And that has exacted quite a toll from this Michigan team.
And to lose a game like that can take all the wind out of your sails. And the question that we asked at the top of the telecast, how much will it affect this Michigan team today? If they lose today, I think you have to ask, how much will it affect them the rest of the season?
On the other side, the Hawkeyes will be seeing roses if they get out of here with a victory. Grbac back to throw. Good protection this time. Intercepted by John Derby. John Derby's going to put this one away. Look at the Iowa sideline.
Pandemonium. Grbac's eyes. He never looks away from his receiver. He looks, and he throws. Derby just reads his eyes and makes the grab. And I can tell you, he's as excited about that interception as he is. His father, Glenn, right now is probably ecstatic. Derby just reads Grbac, grabs the ball, and watch him at the very end of the run. Both hands on the football. I don't want to give this thing back.
And Rodgers drops to one knee. Michigan has 1 timeout remaining and 42 seconds left to go. John Derby, you mentioned his father played football at Duke. His brother played at Wisconsin. We've got a break of the action. Michigan stops the clock. 34 seconds to go. The Wolverines are out of timeouts and out of luck.
They say drink plenty of fluids. Swallowing's total pain.
To stop sore throat pain fast, Advanced Formula Chloraseptic has the power of phenol. It penetrates nerve endings to work on contact, so it gives the fastest relief. And nothing lasts longer. Advanced Formula Chloraseptic works fastest, and nothing lasts longer. For fast relief when you're away from your spray, also try great-tasting Chloraseptic lozenges.
In a move certain to win friends all over America, General Rent-A-Car is giving away hundreds of thousands of free gifts, as well as free unlimited mileage. So now you have a gift just for saving money, beginning with your very first rental of a Chrysler Compact or larger car. Choose from over 1,700 gift items from the world-famous Brookstone collection. Free General Rentals, discount certificates on Continental Airlines. At General Rent-A-Car, we have a gift for winning you over, and over and over.
Michigan earlier today tried a 2-point conversion off a fake field goal. It failed, and that's the difference in the ball game right now. And John Vaughn, his absence in this fourth period of play. Question that'll have to be answered after this telecast.
The man who's doubly disappointed.
Iowa will just sit on it again. Michigan cannot stop the clock. Final seconds are ticking away. End of the first half. The fake field goal.
This is in the third quarter. This is after the blocked punt for a touchdown. The question is, was this a call from the sideline, or was this something that the players did because they thought they saw something? That play right there looms very large in the race for the Roses.
Time winding down on this one. Hayden Fry and Iowa spoiled homecoming in Ann Arbor for the first time in 23 years. The Iowa Hawkeyes go to 3-0 in conference play. Michigan falls to 3-3 overall, 1-2 in the conference, and Gary Moeller and company had some big problems to deal with from here on in. Iowa wins it over Michigan on homecoming. So long, everybody.